Welcome to 154 Podcast, hosted by me, Akbar Gbajabiamila.
And Godfrey Danchimah. And this is our very first episode, and we are excited to kick things off.
On 154, we're going to be celebrating Africans from all over the diaspora and telling their incredible stories.
And to start things off, we're going to share our own stories with you so you can get to know us a little better.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like Ain't no place like home.
So our names, there's a lot behind the names, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the meaning of your name?
Okay. Well, you have.
Give me the full name. Don't give me the.
Hold on.
Yeah, give me the whole thing.
Because you have your Christian name.
Yep.
And my Igbo name. My sister has her name. My brother has his name. So mine is, well, I'm named after my dad, Godfrey Chukwuma Danchimah. Okay. So my Nigerian name is Ndubisi. I better say it right. Ndubisi. It's Ndubisi. Ndubisi.
Okay.
Like Ndubisi, that little
Ndubisi.
N. Ndubisi, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it means, like, health is the most important thing.
Okay.
It's like, the health is important. That's the first thing always.
That's why you look
health.
so dang on healthy.
But what's funny is I was named as a kid, as a baby. And I've always been into the health thing. Maybe they know when they name you, you're going to be that, So that's me. My sister is Juliana, but her is Onaibo. That's her name. And my brother is Daniel, but his Nigerian name is Opani. So, yeah, we all have our...
How many letters are in your full name?
Wait a minute. Oh, you counting each letter?
Yeah, each letter. I mean, come on. You
Godfrey, Godfrey.
I'm making you do math.
Meanwhile, 7. C-H-U-K-U... M-A, that's 8. That's already 15.
Okay.
D-A-N-C-H-I-M-A, that's 9. Okay. We got about 24 already.
24, okay.
That's like 24, 30. Yeah, that's like, hey.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
yeah, but you got,
yeah, I'm up there. 32.
It's almost like you caught something. It's like, I got that Gbajabiamila. You got the Gbajabiamila. You better put some lotion on that. We got calamine for that. You got that. Oh, he's suffering from Gbajabiamila. It's a disease going on in Nigeria that is plaguing and talk show host Akbar has it. That's why he has not.
No, sir. That's my last name.
Okay.
So I don't have it. It's who I am.
So even I was like trying to pronounce. So how do you say
I always get caught up too. Like I get caught up with some of the Nigerian, and I always want to because it's such a tonal language. And so if you don't hit it right, and I got in trouble all the time with my pops or moms, and like you just your Yoruba is trash, But it's Akbar Oluwakemi Idowu Gbajabiamila. Yeah, so Akbar is the Arabic name. So my father
Akbar,
Muslim,
yes, of course,
my mother Christian.
Yes.
Oluwakemi is like God pampers me. Idowu means born after twins, and then Gbajabiamila, which is big man come save me.
Oh yeah.
And so
you're dun 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 dun.
No wonder you're 6'6".
Nigerian Autobots.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it tells a story which I always thought was really cool, but I didn't really know my full name because at home they just call me Kemi. Okay. And it wasn't really until I was 15, 16 years old when I got my first job as a lifeguard. And, when you're filling out your application.
You see, we swim. Huh? We swim, dummies.
Well,
but my father was a swimmer.
See, my dad wanted us to swim, but my mom was too scared of the water. My mom did not want us. It was at the YWCA where we learned how to swim here in LA.
Okay.
And it was like one of the coolest things. And once we learned, I was like, yeah, I want to be a lifeguard because this is kind of around the time when Baywatch was hot. Oh, like, everybody. I was like, I want to be a lifeguard.
Yeah.
And we had to go to the Social Security office. And I'll never forget. I'm like, who the heck is all of this?
Right.
And it had the whole name written out. And I was like, And I had to learn, it took me to the second grade. I was a little slow. It took me to the second grade to learn how to spell my last name. And I remember when I first, Dad, I got it. I went to the side of I got it. G-B. I mean, it was like, that was the spelling bee right there.
It's a lot. It's not a game.
Yeah, it was.
That your name would actually, those kids would actually misspell that one. No, them Indian kids are dope. Yeah. They can spell anything. You know, all the winners in the spelling bee are all Indian. I just want to let you know. They be like, what is their name? I don't know. Gbajabiamila. Can you put it in a sentence? We can't. It's a paragraph.
Yeah, it's a paragraph.
But yo, that's so cool because you said God pampers you.
Yeah.
And mine is God knows all. No, God knows all. Danchimah is another. It's all about God.
Yes.
God is the greatest. God, know your God. God.
Yeah.
Danchimah. And my last name, Danchimah, my father added the Dan to it.
Why?
Because of the war and just being Igbo. You're Yoruba, I'm Igbo, right? And those are the two biggest tribes other than the Hausa and the other ones. Yeah. So they were in danger to be out for war, but we can talk about it later. I'm they escaped that. I was just told this. You know, Nigerians like to tell you things when you get older.
Yeah.
They say, well, you are too small to understand, so now we can tell you, you know? And so they had to change. My father took his dad's name, Daniel, because my brother's name's Daniel, and added it to Chima. We were Chimas at first, but Danchimah wasn't as Igbo sounding, so that's just to get them out of Nigeria.
Get in and out.
So I wouldn't be talking to you on this show if my parents didn't make that move.
Yeah,
that's real talk. When you look at what immigrants do, you go, you wouldn't be on talk, you wouldn't be doing nothing. If they didn't do what they did, you know what I mean? And I always remembered, I go, if he didn't change his name, they would have been in Nigeria, probably killed, whatever. And
a lot of people lost their lives in the Biafra.
Yeah. And they said, and your father, and my mother was like, your father was so smart. He just changed the name, Danchimah. And we got out of there.
So any Danchimahs, is that all from your lineage?
But there's more than I got my cousins. My father had four brothers.
Okay.
And so there's some Danchimahs around, and then
But related or not related?
Related.
Okay,
Yeah, there's not a lot of Danchimahs. Yeah. I have some cousins. You know that
That's
Facebook me.
Yeah.
Godfrey, you're famous now. Yeah. Remember me? No.
I'm your uncle.
I know everybody's an uncle.
Your uncle, right.
All you have to do is be old enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Who's that old dude? Your uncle.
Here's your uncle.
I'm your uncle. You know that.
You know what? That actually, the Nigerian culture actually kind of messed me up here in the States because I didn't really know. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you.
I really didn't know what an uncle meant, like who your real uncle was. Like, it's your dad's brother. Right. Because everybody was an uncle growing up. And it was like uncle. So I just remember one time in school, just like not really getting like, wait, does my dad have that many brothers?
Right.
Or does my mom have that many brothers?
I had Uncle Obi's, Uncle this, Enye, or Dr. Uma, here's your uncle. And you say, hi, uncle, or you say, auntie. Yeah. It was just a sign of respect. But now, in the black community, everybody's Unc. Yeah, What's up, Unc?
Yeah, they got it from us.
They had to have got even the handshake, they don't know is Nigerian. The snap at the end.
Oh, yeah.
That's when we go like this, we go boom. That snap is Nigerian. Because I would see it when I was little. Me and my brother would tell my dad, because when they talk, they'd be like, hey, how are you? And they'd be talking, bomb, it would snap. And we'd be like, do my finger like that. We would tell our uncles, I want that. Yeah. So when I saw people doing it growing up in college, I go, that's Nigerian. We've been doing that. Right. So they
took the swag.
They took the swag. So that whole snap, my parents used to do, my father used to always do it.
And sometimes you got to get that pause, and then it's that.
And it wasn't the shake. It wasn't. Some people do that. Yeah. Nah, it's right as you release.
And then
you got to get it right there. Bam.
Our pop was a little weak, though.
Well, we had lotion. It was lotion.
We did have lotion.
It was viscosity, brother. Viscosity. But if we got the little ashy, when your fingers are nice and ashy, bam.
Yeah. Did you use lotion or did you use Vaseline growing up?
What do you mean both? What you talking about?
I didn't use lotion until I got to college.
Wait, what? I just walked around ashy?
No, Vaseline. I used Vaseline for everything.
Even in the summer?
Everything. My dad literally had, this is going to sound a little weird.
Go ahead.
But
Diddy.
We literally had the yellow bottle of Vaseline all throughout. It was just our
Vaseline intensive care. Oh, wait a minute.
It was
the petroleum jelly?
Petroleum jelly.
Yeah,
it was the little.
That's the weird. Listen, that is pretty much the adamantium African American community.
Yeah.
is because my mother would sometimes mix the intensive care and the
I don't know about the intensive care.
My mother would do all kinds of concoctions and make us put in the wintertime. This is Chicago. See, you're Los Angeles.
L.A.
I am Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
And if you heard of the winters in Chicago or just the Midwest, off of the Great Lakes, Wisconsin, Cleveland, St. Louis.
Yeah.
They're brutal. The winters are brutal. So my mother would put that on us. I'd be
all
shining,
in your face, all
looking
going
like
to
a Hershey bar. But guess what? I was protected.
Yeah.
I could go out there naked with my Vaseline and say, "Come on, let's go, baby. I'm ready for the cold." I was like Scarface.
You know what's so crazy? Because right now you look at us and we all like put together nice and well. But you go back and look at my school pictures, I'm shiny as hell. Them lights, I mean, just but I didn't know any difference.
Your school pictures like...
I use the Vaseline for my hair. It was
everything. The magic serum.
One-stop shop.
And now we're finding out, Vaseline, right? They go, it's such a horrible product because it's made from like, I don't know,
But is it really? But is it really?
Excuse me. I have not stopped buying it. It's part of my culture.
Yeah.
And I always have it in there's always in any African or African American or Caribbean house, there is or there's the Walgreens brand. They have their version. Have you seen it? It's a square. Man. See,
I'm just all Vaseline.
There's Vaseline, of course. The Vaseline
conversation is getting carried away.
Well, no, it's not. Watch this.
All right.
Because there's the Vaseline bottle that's shaped like this.
Yeah.
But the Walgreens version is rectangular, square, because they can't steal the style. Because there's a copyright.
Yeah, right.
So that one is like Walgreens, petroleum jelly. It's kind of generic, but when you can't find the Vaseline because it's sold out, you get the Walgreens version.
Yeah.
And one thing about Vaseline that I loved is to be the first person to put my fingers through it.
That right
Wasn't
there
that the
is
best?
satisfying. Because it has that one little pointy thing like there, like it lets you know it just got out of the assembly line. And then you're that first one.
You're the first one to initiate.
And I'm a two-finger guy.
Are you?
I want to mark the territory. Like I was the first one here.
Yeah, I do. This is right here. I'm like, boom.
You were just like my mom with the middle finger.
Yeah.
My mom would point. Are you the one that? My mom was like, "This one, right? Mom, you can't do this." She would always point with the middle finger like that.
And Nigerians point with our lips.
Yes.
Get this one here. Get that for me.
No, but it is, this is especially
Latinos do that too.
No, they don't do it like us.
Yeah, they do.
Because I could be talking about you, and I could be over here, and I'm talking. I'm going like,
yeah.
And if you don't know it, I did this at my wedding, and I was talking to one of my boys, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we all point." He goes, "What?" And I said, "Watch this, watch." So I did it to my brother at my wedding. I was like, "He's like, where? What's going on?" He was like this, and then I did it to one of my best friends, and I was like, "He's like."
He thought you were throwing.
He thought I was throwing a kiss. He was like,
"Yo, pause.
No, you about to get married."
Son.
Pause. I was like, and he's looking at me. He was so confused.
He was like this, "Yo, man, don't you ever do that to me. Don't ever on me, son."
That was my boy JR, man. He was so confused, and I was like, "How you blow?"
That's why Nigerians could be great hitmen because they'd be like, "Get him." You know what time it is.
Right.
Because one thing Nigerians are very about being socially aware.
Yeah.
We're always into like, you don't just, when people are eating, just don't talk over them. You know how somebody comes to a restaurant and they're literally talking over you while you're eating?
Yeah.
My father was like this. You just say hello and go.
There are all these rules.
There's so many. I used to say, is there a Nigerian pamphlet you can give me before I wake up in the morning? Or when I would wake up in the morning and and we go, you wake up and we go, and my father said, "Did you say good morning?"
Yeah.
Say good morning first, then go wash your mouth.
Yeah.
It wasn't brush your mouth. Wash your mouth.
Yeah, wash your mouth. Yeah.
So it was always these routines. That's why I'm very socially aware about things. Because it's my father. He's like, you don't do this. You don't.
I didn't realize that. I think that's what has created that same type of awareness in me. Because my mom and dad, they had all these different things.
Sticklers.
For that. You had to, right?
Yeah. And pointing in public, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did it one time.
Mm-hmm.
I do it. I used to do this joke. I go, because one time I was pointing, I was young, but I said, "Dad, you see that man?" He goes, "It's like, what are you doing? You don't point at people." And he would always say, "They will just kill you." I go, he said, "If you point at him, he will just kill you." What What if you sit and he just shoot you? He would always go extreme.
Yeah.
He could just take a stab you, and now because you pointed at him, you're just dead.
Yeah,
Now,
we're
who's
the
going
most.
to pay for this?
We have to be the most hyperbolic.
We
country
have to.
in the world, but I think it's what it's like. It's the charm of our greatness, right? Like, but
it's logical. I go, you know what? And then when I see somebody point, I go, yo, why are you pointing at this dude? You don't. What are you doing? You do this. You do this. Him there. You know. Yeah.
yeah, right.
It's the lip thing. That's very Nigerian.
It's very, very Nigerian.
Or I know.
And if you hear that, you know they are not satisfied.
And this Caribbeans do it. Haitian, and I know my Haitian friend.
But do you know you know you know the eyes, right?
Oh yeah.
The
up.
I
down,
said
yes. How about this? Idiot.
Idiot. My dad always my mom and dad put the J in there, and that means you were just stupid.
Idiot. And there was no profanity with Nigerians. My father, I would rather my father say, "Can you curse on this?"
Yeah, go.
I'm just leave it to me. I'd rather someone say, "You punk."
Yeah.
But it's worse when they go, "You're a fool." Oof. It's harder.
Yes.
No, it's okay. You're a fool. You're trying to be fool. I'm like, that was worse to me. I said, call me a punk or something. No.
Oh my goodness.
The wording was so strong.
Yeah, because they would find examples to really insult you to the core of your spirit.
Yes.
I'm not a cusser. I don't. I'm big, but this one I can't do it without actually cussing.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, so you might just have to beep this one.
Love profanity.
No. This is funny because my mom and dad got into one big argument. I'll never forget this. We were upstairs in the hallway and we thought, oh boy, this is it.
Yeah,
this is the big one. It's over, right? And they're going, and my mom just, rest her soul, she was frustrated and didn't know any other way to insult my dad. And she goes, "You bitch of the dumb."
Of the damn.
And it was this silent pause, confusion over all of our faces. And we just started laughing. We just fell out. And my mom was like, what?
Yeah.
It was so, this was like an intense moment.
Oh, she was trying to find the word.
But she didn't know how to cuss. Because they're not cussing. Yes, all right. I heard them saying this in the shop. And she said, and it was like, Mom, you mean damn.
My father was an educator, so he on the west side of Chicago.
Yeah.
So when he would to see Nigerians imitating African Americans, some of the funniest shit. My father would be like, he's like, so this one boy was in my class. He would just say, "Hey man, don't talk to me like that." He was just walking like, man, it's in tears.
You want to be Mr. Cool.
Yeah, he has the comb. You don't put he put the comb in his hair. He was just saying just like this, saying bad words, motherfucker, I thought this, doing this with this hair. Yo,
yeah,
it's funny as hell, man. And it's like, and people won't believe what we're saying. We're not exaggerating. It's like Jamaicans and how my Jamaican friends be like, "Wait, my boy, you bomba clad. Me not wear your mayot. You come here, you're not." It's real. It's not. We're not lying.
Yeah.
We can super exaggerate Nigerians, and you will find one.
Oh, 100%. There is somebody. No matter how big you get, how big you go with it.
Don't matter.
It's in us. It's in us. Yeah.
I don't know how they treated you when you started to come into prominence or whatever, but I remember doing an hour. I had my hour special comedy set. Yeah, right. And they were like, "Yo, you think your parents are gonna be like, damn." Man, they were happy, but they get right back to being Nigerian. My father said, "Yes, we saw you on the TV. It was very good. Take out the garbage. This garbage, take it out for your mother."
Yeah.
And that's what
I'm going to humble or this one right here.
What's up?
You feel like you're doing your thing,
Yeah.
Like my dad was like, "Okay, you are doing good in your athletics. In your athletics." This already tells you,
when they do this thing, I'm like, yeah.
But then they hit you with the, when are you going to get your master?
I knew it. Dog, this didn't we can't make these things up. I remember when I started comedy, I was like, I'm not telling anybody.
Right.
I was, pre-med psych major in college, psychiatry, that's what I'm going to do, medical school, blah, blah, blah. I was taking these, minority medical, University of Illinois minority medical summer. Yeah. I was doing all this, I hated this shit, right? I remember I was like, I'm going to start comedy now. Now I'm back in Chicago. I went away. I went to Illinois.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to start doing comedy, And I said, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm doing it on my own, I had a little job too, a little bullshit job. I said, and so I was like, I was doing good until one day my sister shows up to an open mic. It was like open mic night at this place called The Funny Firm in Chicago.
Okay.
And I'm waiting in the hallway, to go up. I got my little 5 minutes, my sister's like, what are you doing here? And I was like this. What are you doing here? She's like this. What are you doing here? This is a comedy club. Sisters.
Yeah, right.
This is a comedy club. What are you doing here? I can remember her face. You're doing comedy? Oh, I was like,
I'm gonna tell.
I said, you better tell anybody. She's like, you better be funny or I'm gonna tell Dad. and I had a good set, and I remember her big mouth friends like, oh yeah, you here? Yeah, you better be funny. I'm like, oh, shut up, Reg. And I did pretty good. My sister ended up blabbing.
Yep.
And then my father, because I remember he comes down, because I was staying in the basement.
Yep. Want to be Mr. Funny Man.
He's like this. He's like, so your sister was telling me that she saw you doing a comedy, program. Can't make this. I'm in the bed like, what? You did a comedy program. So wait, why didn't you tell me you were going to?
It's a setup. It's a setup.
I know. He's like, why didn't you? I said, no, I was going to tell you, but your sister saw you. Why didn't you? That's good. It's okay. You can, do that. But make sure you do your studies first. You're doing, psychiatry. So make sure. So do it after you become a psychiatrist. It's like, don't work like that, right? He's like, and I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, and then eventually, when my father, I remember.
But at what point, though? At what point?
When he saw me, okay, I can tell you. Oh, this is really funny. When he saw me on Comedy Central there's a thing called Premium Blend. When Comedy Central was actually funny. It was Premium Blend where you do 7 minutes. And it's funny because Tommy Davidson was the host of my episodes, and Tommy Davidson had come to my college. Yeah. That's where I really got inspired to do stand-up. And he hung out with me and my friends. We showed him around campus, which is crazy how shit turns around. And I was talking about my dad. It was 7 minutes of my father.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm Nigerian American. And when people call my parents' house, my father picks up the phone, they think they're talking to the Lion King. Right? It always got a big laugh. And they said, can I speak to Godfrey? Godfrey's not here. Mufasa? Who in the hell is Mufasa? And then they can't call him because they don't believe him. Hello, Zimbabwe. Click. Those I killed. That's my Comedy Central first set. And so after that came on, man, they called my dad. It was like, we just was watching on the TV. My father said, I like this comedy thing. Everybody knows me now.
Oh.
But I did it in a dignified way. I never
right.
did cheap jokes because my father is my father.
Yeah, right,
that's my dad. My dad's the bomb. Yeah. And then plus I respected my father.
Right, yeah.
My father was awesome, so it was very respectful. And that was my first time saying, let me talk about being Nigerian.
Yeah.
I was born in Nebraska. You were born here. I was born in Nebraska.
And that wasn't always to me, it's so cool, where we are today, I think, in society, because before it wasn't that way. For me growing up here in LA, it was a totally different thing. I mean,
what was that like?
Oh my goodness.
Nigerians in LA. I never really thought about Nigerians being on the West Coast because it was always Midwest. It was always Midwest, like Chicago, Milwaukee, all the Wisconsin. That's what I knew. But I never.
There's a prominent group in Southern California. There's a prominent group of Nigerians in Northern California. There's a pretty big presence.
Yeah.
But there were some that weren't as out there with it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hide because my name.
Hell
and so
no.
it was just I'll never forget. I was always after a Garcia. And I was like,
here comes yours.
Oh boy, here we go. And as soon as it's
like Gbajabiamila.
Akbar,
Akbar, Gbajabiamila.
No, it was always It was, oh boy. And and I'm just like,
Shamalama ding dong.
no, right here, just right here.
Yeah, let me do it.
And I'm sitting here like trying to rescue them.
Yeah,
like right here.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm gonna slaughter it. And then they were like, Gbajabiamila, and the whole class would just
Yeah. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
You know, like the episode from Key
Which one?
Key and Peele.
Demetrius Sergivanis. Ohio State.
I tried to stop them, and they wouldn't stop, man.
Wow.
And so, anyways, but that was crazy. But it was crazy because I just remember it. To me, like the saving grace for me with my name had to have been Eddie Murphy's Coming to America.
Wow.
It was the defining moment for me because I just remember like that one scene where he's on the balcony. Yes, that's you too. Yes, because he just owned it, right? You know, everybody else was like, for me, growing up in a Nigerian household, but growing up in an African American community,
no doubt,
there were two different worlds. It's like two separate different worlds. And at home, I'm very proud of who I am. It wasn't until I got to school
I started feeling weird.
You start feeling weird, and everybody making fun of you. And so I just remember I said, I was right around when the movie came out, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna own it. And I just like, yes, I am African, and I would just go in hard on it.
Fuck you too.
No, I'd make up lies. I'd be like, yes, I'm royalty.
Oh yeah,
and they were just leaning because I used it to deflect from all of the teasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Black African booty scratchers.
Yeah. Oh man, that was the thing. African booty scratcher.
That was the African American community. Be like, you better shut up, black African booty. I said, do we scratch our butts? I used to be like thinking like I'm picturing like, oh, do we scratch our? I thought it was like
I don't even know where that came from.
Black African booty scratcher. It was really funny. When you look at it, that's a really funny description.
Yeah.
Because first of all, the African American community, they know how to talk about your ass.
Oh yeah.
They be like, I know you ain't talking black African booty scratcher.
Right.
Sit up there or chasing lines. Remember it Coming to America when the dude with the Jericho was like this.
Yep.
So what they be doing in Africa, chasing lions and shit. So and then watching Tarzan movies and how they would just depict Africa.
It was so bad.
Everybody was starving. Mm-hmm. There was flies on everybody's face. And I would be embarrassed. And I remember this in grade. I think it was third or fourth grade. And everybody was like, stand next to your country. It was a map. Stand next to your country. I stood by America. I was like, I ain't going over there because they're gonna make fun of me.
Yep.
I stood right over I was like, I'm American.
You know what? Because I think
I stood American, not by Africa. I didn't.
Yeah, everybody wants to fit in. I had the same thing. It wasn't until I got older, you know, and then there was the Spike Lee movie that came out where everybody started to wear the medallion.
The African medallion.
I was
Fight
like,
the power.
Man, yeah. I was like, man, you guys spent the majority of my childhood making fun of me, and now you're wearing this. But it was this moment where I think everyone started to try to lean towards that way. But there was this, I mean, colonization messed everything up. Slavery messed everything up. Because I remember, once I started to own my name and who I was, I would tell the kids, I was like, well, you're black, you African too. No, I ain't black. First off, I got Indian in my blood.
See your baby hairs?
Yeah, your baby hairs. Right? It was like,
the baby
I got
hairs?
Indian. It was like anything to be further away. I was like, but you're black. Yeah. How can you, black people don't come from anywhere else but the continent of Africa. Yeah. But we were that messed up.
No, yeah.
Where it's like, I have to disassociate. No, my family we're Creole. We come down from Louisiana.
But the Southern, Joe, I used to get this one. Oh, man. You know, because, you know, when you start liking girls and stuff, you know, and it was, you know, the colorism was big too. Mm-hmm. This is a Southern thing. And I would be like, they'd be like, you cute to be dark skinned. They would say that. What? Sure. You're handsome to be dark. I don't really usually date dark skinned dudes. I go, and because being African, you're like, that's normal to us. Like, I got proud, dope, dark skinned uncles and light skinned uncles. It's like, we're Africans. Yeah. And, you know, and I was like, what does that mean? Yeah. But that's just the Southern mentality. Or being around your light-skinned friends. They'd be like, yeah, I want to get as dark as Godfrey and stuff, or dark as another, because I had other African friends. And we just what? But there's also colorism in Nigeria. There's lightning creams, the ambi.
Let's talk. I mean, we can talk about it now.
In Nigeria, but Nigeria Nigerians aren't good at lightening their skin. They look
because it always
look
looks
dark
burnt.
skin.
Yeah.
You look like you was dark skinned. You don't know how to handle being light skinned. Right. There's a way you got to move when you're light skinned. And these are, you know, when a Nigerian's been bleaching because they're like, hello.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you was dark skinned. Or you don't even know. You're not used to being this light.
Or they don't hit every spot up, right? Because the neck here, and you be like,
knuckles are
like, I know.
You Sammy Sosa this. You see, Sammy Sosa doesn't know what it's like to be light skinned. He's moving light skinned. He's like this. Brown knuckles.
Hold on, but if he was brown, when he was brown, how did he sit?
He sat down like this. Hey, okay, I'm from Dominican Republic. Like, tell me, hit the horon. Now this motherfucker's like this. Buenos dias. I was like, you are not. We know what you look like before that. You should have bleached your skin before you went to the MLB.
Yeah.
Before you went to Major Leagues, you could have been like light skinned, and then there's Sammy Sosa with the brown knuckles.
He went fast on that one because usually it's like weird. You've seen the process. I mean, and there's a whole story behind that and how much, but it just kind of speaks to the amount of hate that was put in our culture to hate ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To like the fact that you would actually go through the process of actually bleaching the skin as if the colorism to say I am better, like because my skin.
Well,
it's a
Eurocentric thing where Europeans, I'm sorry guys, but I have to call you out.
Y'all mess us up.
Okay, here's an experiment they did, which is amazing. They did it with rats. They did these rats. Had these rats, and these rats would come to the edge of this box, and they would electroshock the rats. They did it for like months and years. And then when the rats had babies, the babies would get to the edge and stop and come back because it was passed down. The fear was passed down. So it almost becomes genetic.
Yeah.
When you tell somebody they ain't shit,
and then you pass
it down.
The stories, the fear, everything,
it happened to
the way we move.
Brown folks. They were told, and even Europeans within their community, the poor people were like, you got the Irish were like, the Scottish ain't shit. Or it was like, and you believed it.
Right.
Like we're no good. So it was a psychological thing.
It's crazy that you and I grew up in different parts and have a lot of the same experience.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I still remember, like, shout out to, I don't even know if he remembers me, but I remember him because it was like, I remember, like, I had a crush on this girl, Giselle, in elementary.
That
but
sounds
I think
like nice name.
Yeah,
Giselle.
I think she liked Robert Smith, and Robert was light skinned. And it wasn't until like 87, 88, 89, Michael Jordan.
Thank you, Mike.
Wesley Snipes.
Snipes.
Like, they
Let's go,
changed it because after a while, it was just like, I remember when I first got, I was probably like middle school, like, oh, he dark and chocolate, but not in a negative way. It was
beautiful.
It was like, I was like, dang, like, I went from that to like, ugh, like you're dark to, oh, he dark and chocolate. And it messed me up. I'm like, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But that shift in the way we were portrayed, because you were talking about like, just like the flies and all of the stuff, the imagery that we saw in media that just didn't allow us. And it's the same thing that happened to our women. And I don't think till this day, we still haven't had that yet, where we've had that acceptance for dark-skinned women.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it has been this constant, you know, kind of, you know, and it messed me up. I'm honest when I say it, like, I grew up attracted to light-skinned women because this is what was presented in front of me.
Yep.
On top of that, I saw a lot of people, especially like, you know, in the Nigerian community, like bleaching their skin. So it subliminally told me that lighter was more attractive. And I saw it a lot of times with the women, you know, going and bleaching skin and then just say, oh, well, I'm supposed to like light. You know what I mean?
And even in posters, even in advertising, you go to any, like when I was in Thailand, everybody in the advertising is light, but Thai people dark as hell, all over the place, dark. You go to India, dark country, everyone's light. You ever see Bollywood? Woo! They light. Hair's flowing, light. The dark ones be in the back. I mean, it's like it's sickness. It's a sickness, man. Right. And it's going on for so long and it's subliminal. That's why advertising is so brilliant. Because it's all about subliminal messaging.
And you don't even know that.
And you don't even realize you're acting that way. you don't even realize that's why advertising companies study psychology and why people behave a certain way. And yeah, man, so all of that. I remember one time when one girl told me, yeah, you're cute to be dark skinned. And then I went to this, my high school, all white high school, right? It was racist as hell. But the girls would say, oh man, you're good looking. I mean, it was not a non-black girl. They were like, oh, you're really cute. And I was waiting for it to be.
All right.
They would just say, you're just cute. They didn't say nothing else.
To be a dark skinned
guy. But the black girl told me I was to be, it was like, so I was confused. I was like, wait, the black girl said that. But the white girl and the Spanish, they just said I was cute.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So there's a lot of a psychological mind.
Psychological warfare is what it was.
Yeah.
And then we had to fight amongst ourselves in trying to figure out like where we belong, because it created this massive disconnect.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just to even think, like, to be black and to think I have no association with Africa, you know, and like how much hate you have to have, how much miseducation you have to have. But now it's like, it's turning where I'll never forget, you know, running into Wayne Brady, and he came up to me and he goes, yo, I just did my 23andMe or whatever. Nigerian. And
everybody comes with their test results.
Man, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
I'm 47% Nigerian, dog.
Right. I can't tell you how many former teammates would tease me in the locker room and call me now like, bro, you never gonna guess. I'm like, what happened? What happened? Bro, I'm 67% Nigerian. I said, well, I could have told you that.
I could have told you that.
Yeah,
you look more Nigerian than me.
You know, it's crazy too, because whenever I see some of the homies, I might look at somebody like, hey, you Nigerian? Nah, man, I ain't Nigerian. What you talking about, man? Nah, man. My bad, man. You look Nigerian.
I've gone to Nigeria and look at a dude go, he looks like my man from Chicago. I look like James. You know, I'd be like, how are you doing today? You're like, you look like James. Who is James? Like, you look just like James. And that's so funny because when I went to Nigeria as like 13, went with my parents, like a big old family trip. Stayed with my Uncle Sonny, who was very famous. My Uncle Sonny Okosin.
Sonny Ade?
Sonny Ade played with Sonny Okosin. I had Sonny Okosin and the Ozidi band. That was my uncle.
Okay.
He was married to my mother's sister. So we had a famous uncle, massive, 70s, 80s, Sonny Okosin. We stayed at his house. When they said, wait, Sonny Okosin is your uncle. You talk to any Nigerians, like, that's your uncle. I go, yeah, that's my uncle. That's my Uncle Sonny. Yeah. My uncle's very famous. Played, knew Fela, Sonny Ade, King of Juju. Yeah, he knew all. My Uncle Sonny is famous. There's a documentary on YouTube, my Uncle Sonny. And it's so funny because I went there and you go, wow. And to be in Nigeria as a Nigerian American, you're like, whoa, this is Nigeria. I say, oh, there are cars and there are no elephants walking around. And there's poverty and then there's nice places, just like America. There's the same thing. And then it's funny. And then you go, you're in Africa and you go, oh, there's so many white people here. What are they doing here? They always tell me to go back to Africa, but they here.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm like, what? Oh, they're taking everything. Oh, wait. Africa got everything. Yeah. All these minerals and resources.
Oil and gas.
Oh my, isn't that how Elon got rich too?
Yeah.
Off of stealing from Africa. So I'm like, wow, they're stealing everything. Our cell phones work because of Africa. This worked because of Africa. And they've been shitting on this continent, which is the second largest, which on the map they make look small. The Mercator projection, they make it look real tiny, and it can fit
massive.
and it can fit almost all of these other continents. Right. And Europe is really not a continent; it's like a peninsula, but it really is. Technically, it really is. So, and Africa, I'm like, wow, all of these resources and the beach. I mean, have you seen the footage of Ghana and all? They've been lying.
Amazing.
But everybody that's not African is over there hanging out, taking shit, and keeping us out of there.
Right.
And then to top it off, they've bordered Africa where you can't even go to a neighboring country. But in Europe, you could take the train to Italy, like I've done.
Right.
But in Africa, they boarded it up. The Europeans came and boarded shit up so Africans can't reach other Africans. This guy named Ajwa Kwesi, I'll never forget him, taught us about and I had Egyptology at the university, and I'm learning real shit from this guy. He was teaching us the real shit.
Yeah.
And so when I went to class, I was a problem for my professor. He was like, so in Egypt, I go, I said, that's not the truth. I said, this is what happened. I said, the actual Nubians are the original Egyptians, except you guys were invaded from there's Saudi Arabia. The Arabs came in, Greeks came in. It was a lot of, and he was like, oh, well, we can't. I go, you're lying though. Yeah. You're lying about Egypt.
He kicked you out of class.
He hated me. I just had every right to say, but that's not the truth.
Right.
Africa is not the Middle East. It's North Africa.
Right.
It's Middle East is just, there's really no Middle East. Where's the Middle South? Where's the Middle North? Because if you look at Israel and all that, it's still connected to the landmass of Africa. Look at it. Mm-hmm. There's a point you can stand there, and it's still Africa. Of course, you had the continental drift,
right,
but it's still Africa. It's just a way to divide because you don't have anything to do with Africa. But all this accomplishment in Egypt, you want to claim it. Right. Because black people couldn't have possibly done that. And then my friends that say, oh, we did it. Like, I said, but you're not the right complexion to say you did it in that heat. You couldn't have handled that.
Right.
How?
Yeah, you would have had sunburn.
You would have been skin cancer. You couldn't have. And then they say aliens built the pyramids. Now we're aliens now. Now it's aliens, but everything in Ireland, no aliens came over there.
Right.
Stonehenge in England, no aliens. But in Africa, where everything's still standing,
right,
because you'd be in Greece, it'd be 2 rocks. They'd be like, this is where they studied. That's the school where they studied, and that was the proscenium. I was like, but that's a brick. Yeah, that's where it was. The university.
Have you been to the pyramids?
Yes, I've been to the pyramids. Giza, I went to all. It's unreal.
It is unreal. I literally had this experience where it was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't. But first off, they were smaller back then for sure because I couldn't fit through the. I was just,
they were tiny. That was scary. That was really claustrophobic.
But then once you get inside and you're like, oh my goodness, like this is the stuff that I've been reading about, like how. And I promise, I must have stood outside the Pyramid of Giza, and I'm just looking and I'm going, how did they do this? How did, like, the amount of math? I ain't the math dude. Don't come to me from math.
You're like me. I'm not the math dude.
I'm not the math guy. Like, why don't you get your PhD?
I can count my money. That's all I need.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's and I knew I had a friend, French chick. Her father was an architect and wrote a book on how they could have possibly done it. And he couldn't figure it out. He was a mathematician in French. And I say, these were black people that were just dope. They were just dope. They were black, and I don't want to hear that. But then they discover in England, they said, we are going to go and discover the oldest living person. He's a black dude. Did you know that? Have you heard of the Cheeseboro Man?
I did not know
The Cheeseboro Man is a black fossil they found, and the British people are like, no, bullshit. No, it's a black dude. We were here before you. You don't think we walked around? You don't think we're like, hey, man, let's go over there? I don't think they sounded like that. But
that sounded like more like Eddie Murphy.
Everybody sounded like Eddie Murphy. First people on the earth, they say, hey, man, we humans, man. We the first, man. What you gonna do? I don't know. Why don't we travel over there, man? Establish something. Cool. But, it's like they just discovered, this Chinese geneticist just discovered, and you can see the video. He goes, well, in all my studies, I've realized that Asian people come from Africa. We've been telling you that. But, it's us saying it. He goes, and they come from, Asians come from the Xhosa. You know the Xhosa? That's an X. That's an X when they do, that's an X.
That's down South Africa.
So they look like black Chinese people.
Yeah.
They discovered, they say, we are from the southern, did you see what Mandela looked like? He looked like a Chinese black man. You see his eyes? Yeah. We have the right to understand. Remember, he looked like a Chinese black man. How do you
have all of these?
I'm sorry.
Literally any name that comes, Will Smith.
My kid, right? I was, what's really amazing.
Martin Luther King.
What, Martin Luther King? I have a dream.
Malcolm X.
The black man, if you look at it, they treated us like second class citizens. I don't know. I never heard. Gandhi got assassinated in 48, so I don't know if he was like, I've been shot. I don't know. He got, I would think that that's what the accent would be.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't work in India.
The fact that, okay, but keep going. Yeah, keep going. Your accent, literally, you just go into the person.
It's like, the Khoisan people, if you look up the San people, they're the oldest people. There's a documentary called The Journey of Man. It's fantastic. You can see it on YouTube now. And it's this white geneticist, so you'll believe it. It's not like a black dude name. My name is Kareem, and I'm going to tell you the origins of the black man. Right. And so this white geneticist is like, from Stanford, he goes, I've always been wanting
another qualifier.
Right, yeah.
Stanford University's experts say.
He said, I want to know where the origin of everybody comes from. He goes, I want to know, and the best way to know is through the blood, through the DNA, because DNA doesn't lie. And you got to see it. It's called Journey of Man. And he goes all around to the different continents to find the person that is connected to this whole race of people, the one person. You got to see it. And he has this machine where he like India, he went to India, went to this one tribe, very dark-skinned tribe, and he got their blood samples, and he had this machine that would give them the marker of that person being connected to all the Aborigines in Australia. And so when he would pick the marker, he would go to the picture of the person with that blood, and the dude looked just like an Aborigine. Wait till you see this. It's going to freak you. So that dude is the connection to all of the, the original Australians.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the original ones. So he would be like, boom. And the guy, and he didn't know. The guy's like, what is he? He's like, no, you are, and they would interpret, you're the connector to the Aborigines. And then they had the Asian dude way up in like Siberia. The guy, like, Russia and Asia, they're parallel. So you have Eurasians, because I did comedy in Russia in 2018, and you'll see the Uzbekistani people, right? Tajikistan, they look Asian.
Yeah.
But because they're bordering. And they connected the dude that was connected to all Asian people. And then they connected the Africans where the Asians were connected to. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. And it was so funny when the guy in Australia, when he says, oh, the Australians, he's talking to some Australian dude, this white Australian's like, no, Australians come from here. We're from right here. He goes, no, you've come from this, you come from these people, as African. He goes, no, we're right from the ground. He goes, okay, if that's what you want to think, you got to see it. Yeah. He's pissed. I go, you guys are British guys. You were British prisoners. They dumped you off. And that's why they have the little Union Jack on the Australian flag.
Yeah.
Because you were dumped off. And he was just mad. Like, no. He goes, the boomerang, the didgeridoo, that's the Aborigine shit. You took it. Okay.
And thefted.
There's a museum called the Museum of Instrumental Music.
Okay.
It's in Arizona, of all places, red state. It's one of the most amazing museums you will go to. Museum of Instrumental Music. I went there when I was performing. This kid said, "Hey man, you like about origins? You like to talk about origins? I'll take you to this place." It's a white kid, drummer. He said, "I want to take you to this place. It's amazing, and it's all about the history of all instruments from around the world, like the history." Ooh. And I go, "Oh yeah, let's go." As soon as I walk in there, I said, "I love this place already," because they show the African version of the banjo, where the banjo comes from. And I said, "Oh, you shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have told me that. Oh, you know what the show was like the night of."
You went off.
And I said, "All you hillbillies,
yeah,
enough with the enough. You're using our shit.
Yeah,
it's African. I'm telling you. And the banjo, the name is almost African. I read this thing. I was like, oh, you should not have told me."
Any other instruments?
What?
Any other instruments?
There was the origin of a lot of like guitars and just Asia. It went Asia. Just a lot of them were like a lot of African origins. You got to see it.
Oh yeah.
You got to see it. It's like and then there was the Australia. It's all continents divided. It's like you go America, Canada. They go countries. Australia, Africa is the biggest one, of course. It's the biggest one. You got to come there and stay there for hours for Africa.
Yeah, you got to take me. We got to go.
Yeah, Asia. Yeah. Asia is pretty dope too. So Australia is small, and so I remember this like it was yesterday. There's a man. He's like a brown-haired man. He's with his daughter, and they're looking at Australia, and they're watching these Aborigines with the markings. Mm-hmm. They're playing the instrument, and the little white girl. She goes, "Who are they?" I'm right there. He goes, "Oh, those are the original Australians." She goes, "Why don't they tell us?" I'm right there. Oh. They don't tell us. I was like, and I went like that. Don't have me in the music. I said, Yeah. I'm
You guy in the back of the church.
They lied to your ass. That's
Well,
I'm afraid they might do that with Michael Jackson. They're gonna show him when he was light skinned. And I'm gonna be that old man that said, no, Michael Jackson had an afro with a big nose. They're gonna be like, yeah, that's Harold, he's crazy. And Michael always looked like Bjork. He always was very yellow, kind of eggnoggy looking.
you're gonna just erase his whole Gary,
his nose
Indiana.
was that. He was from a very prominent European. I was like, I'm telling you,
You think they're gonna say Michael Jackson was white?
man, if
Let some time go by, right?
they hid so much shit like before, but now I don't think it's gonna happen. But they'd be like, nah, he was pretty white, moonwalking and the rhythm, but no, there was a group called the Jackson 5. That was fictitious group.
That was not real.
It was never happened.
AI generated.
Sammy Sosa was lit light.
You know, colonization really screwed a lot of things up. It screwed things up like in Nigeria. It screwed things up in India, like all around the world.
Yes,
like it really screwed. I mean, it really screwed our connection to our people, to our culture, to our religion, to everything. It just kind of destroyed it. I even think back, even here, like I'd love to hear your experience, but like how you felt like you were accepted in in your community. Like how was that?
The Nigerian community?
In the Nigerian community,
black community?
yeah, because for me it was two. It was there was the Nigerian community. I lived like this, really like this
It's
double
a
life kind of
dichotomy.
thing.
Yeah, we did double life.
It's a double life,
Yeah.
right? You're like at home, I'm eating dodo,
fufu, egusi, okra soup,
goat's
pepper
meat,
soup, suya, stockfish,
all of it.
Oxtail,
Puff puff,
chin, my, come on now.
And I would go to school and I wouldn't let anybody know about that because I already knew it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And so you part of that is contributing to the miseducation, that the fact that there's this whole different life. Like, what was that like for you?
You know what?
Did you hide your food, for example? Did you hide what you ate at home?
No, I never brought it out. You can't put no egusi in a lunchbox. Motherfucker be dripping. You got your little Starsky and Hutch, your little Spider-Man. He said, what is that shit dripping? Oh, that's my egusi soup in my Spider-Man lunchbox. Let me open it for you.
Oh,
With
man.
plantains. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You got to have Lunchables.
Yeah.
You got to have, my mother made sandwiches. He goes like, put the fufu in the box now. You're not going to do that.
Man, if my
but
parents,
I didn't hide it because my friends would come over and my parents, Nigerians are proud. My parents were like, you want to eat? And my friend, and all my friends were immigrants though. I didn't tell you I grew up, my fault. I grew up in Uptown. Uptown is an area in Chicago. Okay. Chicago being the most segregated city, it's the most integrated area in Chicago, almost like Guinness Book kind of world record type of thing, along with Queens, New York, which Queens has 167 languages spoken in Queens, New York only.
Dang.
That's where Donald is from. Donald Trump, that's where he's from. Many languages spoken in my Queens, New York. But a lot of people speak a lot of strange languages. I go, English, come on, for Christ's sake. You know how Donald says, he goes, I'm telling you, listen, a lot of people, I love Queens.
Take the breath.
So many people. So many different brown people, brown ladies. I love the ladies.
You love the blacks?
I love the blacks. There's different kinds of blacks now. There's the regular blacks. And then there's the Spanish blacks. I swear they trick me every time. I go, is your name Jackson? It's Torres. Jesus Christ, you tricked me. You're very good. They're very good people. They're very good people.
Stop it.
They're very good people. There's so many different types of smells. Not too good. Some of them not too good. But there's a lot of smells, but the food is brilliant. It's so good. Every time someone's a little smelly, I go, I bet your food is so good.
Have you ever had Nigerian food, Mr. Trump?
Oh, I've had it. So good. A lot of slimy stuff, though, but it's so good. But that's why you guys are muscular. I got to get on that. You're so great. What's your last name? It sounds like a disease. You guys, I swear, did you catch something? I swear you got. You get a lot of, I know you get a lot of
How the
cookies.
hell do you get by just saying this stuff, man?
Who, me?
No, Donald.
It's just, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous.
Oh, my gosh.
But what was it? So I grew up in Yeah, in Uptown.
Uptown?
My life was pretty cool because my friends were immigrants.
Immigrants from where? From all over?
India.
Okay.
Here it is. And this is real. My next door neighbors were from Cambodia, right off the boat. We used to give them clothing. The 8 kids, we gave them clothing right off the boat. In the 80s, there was a big fluctuation from the Vietnam War, Laos, Philippine. This is my floor. This is on my floor in the building. The Filipino family. Yep, the Cruz family. We had the Castillo family. We had the Cambodians. We had African Americans. We had Africans, Nigerians. We had Haitians. My babysitter was Haitian and Russian. I had Russian Jewish babysitters also from Russia. We had Russians, Yugoslavia when it was Yugoslavia. We had Polish because Chicago has the most Polish people outside of Warsaw. We celebrate Pulaski Day on March 1st, Kazimierz Pulaski. Okay. And so we had Polish. We had Ethiopian, Mexican, Korean, Chinese.
All on the same floor? How big was the?
Oh, no, but all on different floors.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying on my floor.
Gotcha.
But that's how I was around immigrants.
So you grew up in the UN?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then African Americans, that was one of my main crew, was African Americans, American kids. And it was okay because everybody ate each other's food. It was all rice and weird stews, Southeast. I was eating Vietnamese food before restaurants, bro. I was eating that. I was eating all that pho, all that stuff in my friend's crib. Scraping it off the pot. I want that pho, son.
Yeah, I love the fact that you grew up because for me, it was different. It was growing up, like I predominantly grew up around African Americans and Mexicans. Those were like the predominant group. And I think Mexican food was always kind of celebrated. It was never one that was like, I'm not gonna have
you
that.
always ate.
You always had like, it was kind of fun, but like with African food, like, because I carry this guilt with me that like I was ashamed. Like, you know what I mean? I was ashamed. I didn't want anybody like, or like my friends, like, yo, we should come. Nah, you won't come through. No, you won't come through for no birthdays, no celebrations.
Oh, your birthday? So birthdays?
No, a birthday.
What was your birthdays like? Because
my parents didn't really do the birthday things. It was
really
we're going to wake up early.
Because of Muslim?
No, I don't know why they. I think it was because it cost too much money. Because there was 7 of us. Because it was just like happy birthday to you, happy birthday.
Shake my hand, happy birthday. I remember my father. I knew we weren't getting gifts. He just say, "Shake my hand." Good. Like you need to be doing this. What's that? Oh yeah, my father just shake my happy.
For me, the biggest thing is like everybody coming together. Wake up. And so you still be asleep, and then it's happy birthday. Oh, and so to me, that's what I looked forward to. You look forward to the surprise.
That's right.
Are they gonna remember? Are they gonna, But it was never like. But if we had like my mom had some guest over or whatever, and they just look like y'all don't come through here because I know I'm gonna hear it. Like, man, we went over to his house. They had goat meat. Like
my mother was a big birthday party person.
Oh yeah.
My mother had a birthday party for my brother, for me, and my sister. And my brother's July 2nd. I'm July 21st. So my mother had a party for my brother. And what they would do, my mother would decorate, move the couch, and all the kids from all different countries would come, and there would be jollof rice. But they would smash that. They would eat the shit because you got a lot of foreign kids, and even the black kids be like, "Yo, this is hot as hell, but it's good as shit." Yeah, they would eat it. They would like, "You want some? This is," because my mother knew all the kids, and they would eat it. We got used to it, and then after like about 3-4 hours, the Nigerians come in and take over because they would play like African music first, and then old school.
Yeah, old school.
African music.
Oh yeah.
While you're celebrating.
You hear the instruments going.
And then Michael Jackson comes on. Then there was like the second half, African American time. And then all the older Nigerians, uncles would come and take over the whole party. You got to go away.
Go.
That's how we did it. So I was
my mom and
fortunate.
dad, like they would have parties, but it was like always adult parties. It was never for us.
No. It's like, go to your room. Man.
Yeah, right. Go.
Or they say, come and say hi to your uncle. You're like, another one?
Now,
what's up, man?
Now go read your book. Go read your book.
Did you do your homework? Okay,
I got to go back to that because I was just thinking, like, there was something I really wanted from my dad that I give out to my kids a lot.
Okay,
which is good job. I remember when I graduated from elementary, my dad was go, well, you still have to go to junior high school. All right, okay. You go through, you work hard. Dad, are you proud of me? Well, you still have to go to high school. Gosh, 3 more years. All right. I'm gonna work hard. Yes, I graduated, and I'm going to college.
Yeah.
You still have to graduate from college.
God dang.
And I'm gonna do it in 4 years. Went to San Diego State, graduated in 4 years.
Bang.
You're a student athlete.
Bang.
Boom.
Bang.
Well, you still have to get ready for the real world.
The worst.
I'm like, the real world. Go. So I go out, do the thing in the NFL, play ball. What are you going to get your Dad? I'm playing football, man.
Man, come on.
Okay, well, this athletics thing, it seems like it's working out for you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I retired from the NFL where my dad, and bro, let me tell you something. It was a long time coming. I was like,
Right. Yep.
oh, I was crying. He was
Yeah.
like, Kemi, I am proud of you.
Oof. That means so much.
I waited
You don't even understand.
20-something years to hear
Nigerian
that.
fathers aren't huggy.
Yeah, and
They
then
just shake my hand.
It's not like, hey, you did a good job at the
Yeah.
game. There's a, I saw you shoot the ball in the hoop. You had a touchdown. No, Dad, that was a sack. Oh, okay. Like, I am not interested.
You touched something.
Yeah, you did. You're right.
But yeah, that's when that meant a lot, man. When you got it. And my father would. What I liked about my dad, I mean, he wasn't a huggy.
No.
But, you know, they don't say "I love you." My mother always said it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. My mother was emotional. You know, my father said, "So, you know, we do this for you." This is trying him saying to you, he loves you. So I do this for you. So because you know I have to. I'm your father. I will never lie. I was saying, okay, you love me, right, Dad? I said I do things for you. What do you want me to say? I said I do things for you. What do you think? I think that's love. You know, but they tried. When you look back, you go, they really tried.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you.
But you know what? It gave us a different type of energy. Like I always say, like I was never, as much as my parents focused on education, I never felt like I was the smartest dude in the room.
No.
But I always felt like I was smart enough and I will outwork anyone.
Yeah.
And I think it was because I was constantly on the inside, like looking to like chase that good job from my dad, but he would never get, and it kept me hungry. I'm still hungry to this day. Like I can never feel like I'm satisfied. Like it's hard for me to get that like satisfied feeling.
You think that's because your dad is still around? You're still trying to, Dad, look.
Yeah. Part of it. I mean, but he's giving me my props for sure. But it's still in me. Like like I still remember the look of, what do you think this elementary thing is a big thing? You think this? You're like, and it was like, I'm gonna prove to you. But it gave me like this fight, this desire to, and I see it amongst every Nigerian I know. Academically, we all came from the same household. Like, if you didn't read your book, like, we would literally, like, I'm serious. Like, I think there's nothing abnormal about coming home and wanting to decompress and watch TV. Yeah. And I would come home and I want to watch TV. But if my father knew we were watching TV, we would literally, like, because there were 7 of us. Yeah. We would come home, we would watch like DuckTales. The Alvin and the Chipmunk, right?
We're the Chipmunks. CHIPMUNK.
We would watch Oprah because we taped it.
And it was in Chicago.
That's right. Yeah, and
I used to go on the Oprah
3 p.m.
Winfrey show.
Did you really?
What? Over 10 times. Okay. Oprah Winfrey.
Okay. Tell me. I still ain't met Oprah, so I'm still looking.
First of all, I brought Deon Cole to the Oprah Winfrey show with me. I remember my friend Jocelyn. Shout out to Jocelyn Cruz, Filipino chick who I'm her son is my godson, half Filipino, half black. Miles, who's awesome kid out here. They live out here now. And she called me. She's just
not Oprah.
Not Oprah. But she, my friend Jocelyn called me and said, "Hey, you want to go on the Oprah Winfrey show?" This is when we were in Chicago. I said, Oprah Winfrey, yeah, she's having a dance. Like, she's having a dance party. I said, a dance party? It's going to be Color Me Bad, Tony. That, remember Ricardo? Rico. Suave. Suave. It's him, and it's, CC Music Factory. Okay. Everybody dance now. So it's all of them. So it's a dance party with Oprah Winfrey. So I go with my friend, and Oprah Winfrey show when it was like going against Donahue.
Donahue, yep.
And I go, And Oprah comes, I go, there's freaking Oprah.
What year was this?
This was 90, 91, something like that. I go, there's Oprah Winfrey, like, yo. And you know, my mother loved her. Everybody loved Oprah. It was Oprah and Michael Jordan.
Yeah, right.
Okay, in Chicago.
Right.
Oprah Winfrey, man. And it's a dance party. So we're watching Tony Enrico Suave, and she's interviewing. We're all it's a dance party. And so at the end of that episode, I said, I'm gonna go over there and dance with Oprah real quick.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
When the show was about to, I went right by Oprah and she started dancing with me, and everyone was like, we saw you. You was dancing with Oprah. Yeah.
We have to find this clip.
And from there, I started to go on Oprah Winfrey show because one of my buddies from college, Mark Maynard, who's out here, he works for HBO. Mark Maynard was working at Harpo, and he goes, hey, man, he would say, hey, you want to come to Oprah Winfrey show for some like Dr. King celebration? I go, yeah, because we went to college together. He knew I was military. I said, hell yeah, I want to go. So I went for that. Then he said, yo, we got Malcolm X, Spike Lee's coming on with Betty Shabazz. You want to come on? I said, yeah. So Oprah took us to see Malcolm X 2 weeks before it came out on a special bus.
1991.
Yeah, when we were on a bus, Oprah took us and she interviewed Attila Shabazz. We had Betty Shabazz. Oh yeah. He said, you want to come on the show with Ralph Abernathy, talking about Dr. King and his affairs? I was like, first of all, that's whack, but yeah, I want to come. So I went to see Ralph. You know Ralph Abernathy, who's the guy that's right next to Martin?
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw him. Then I went, and then Oprah, and then I would, when Oprah was, she would go into the audience. Remember, she would
and start talking. Yeah,
that's before she just started doing interviews.
Yeah.
So what they do before the show is they bring up a subject. Her producer goes, okay, we're talking about racism and blah, 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 blah. And whoever has the best answers, they'll like tape your chair and say, okay, we're gonna go to her first, and her. And I always came up with the cold shit. I was like, I'm gonna explain this, blah, 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 blah. And they'd be like, you're gonna be last, because that's a good one. Yeah. And then so Oprah would come to me and I would say my shit. Then when they would keep calling me back, and Oprah would be like, Godfrey, what do you have to say? She knew me. And then I told Deon Cole, you guys know Deon Cole.
I know Deon, of course.
Deon goes, I go, Deon, you want to get on Oprah? He goes, Oprah Winfrey? Are you for real? I said,
that's
yeah.
Deon for sure. Yeah.
I said, yeah. You want to come on the show? He goes, yo, to me, Oprah, hell yeah. Because we were both comics coming up. And boom, I said, I'm going to bet you $20, Deon, that Oprah says hi to me when she comes out. Watch this. And he goes, $20, watch.
Yeah, that's it.
Boom.
You got
$20. Oprah comes out. And when Oprah comes out, you go, damn, there's Oprah Winfrey, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is when she was like doing interviews, when her shit was #1. She was, and she comes out, flowy dress, and she goes, Godfrey! I was like, told you. I knew Roosevelt, her makeup dude. I knew Roosevelt. Roosevelt was like, boy.
Man, when you gonna introduce me to Oprah, man?
I don't know if she even remembers me. I don't know.
Man, you know the people that know the people, man.
I don't know. I don't know if Oprah remembers me, man.
I taped all of her shows growing up, and I never told any of the homies because I knew they'd make fun of me, but I taped every single
Remember
thing.
the different theme songs that would change?
Oh, of course.
And then Patti LaBelle finally sang to Oprah Winfrey too.
Of course.
Yeah. I had an Oprah
over there
sweatshirt.
trying to sing with Patti. Oh yes.
I had
absolutely.
an Oprah sweatshirt, and it was real feminine. I didn't care. I was Oprah Winfrey. It was a white sweatshirt. I didn't even like the design, but people were like, yo, where'd you get that? I was like, on the Oprah Winfrey show, son.
I went one time, and it was actually the one time, the only time I ever went, and it was a surprise for my wife. She knew somebody that knew somebody.
And she got on the Oprah Winfrey
and
show.
this was the final season.
Yeah.
And we went, it was myself, her friend, Dwele, and I'm just sitting there like just stuck, just watching her every move.
Wow.
Like, yo, one day I want to do something just like this.
And you're on, look at what you're doing, bro.
Guess what? But she didn't say,
you have to talk, babe. I would love her to, why couldn't she, that seems like something she would visit.
I would
come through.
It would have been cool. It would have been cool, but
or
I will
Gail,
say,
have Gail ever been on there?
I've seen
Gail
talk
is
to
like
Gail.
her stunt double.
Yeah, I've seen her talk to Gail.
Gail's her stunt double.
Yeah.
If Oprah's in an action film and she flips out the car, it's Gail.
Yeah, Gail cool peoples.
I met
Gail
her
cool peoples.
one time at the Saturday Night Live party. She was very nice.
Yeah,
she was nice.
Yeah,
she's like, hey, like you.
Man, she didn't call my name though. She didn't call my name like you. So that's the one up you'll always have on me. Like Oprah calls you out by
I was
my
because
first
I was on
name.
there, and then I went for a relationship seminar with Harville Hendrix, Keeping the Love You Find. He's still around. Remember the guy that says women are from Mars, men are from Venus, that guy? I was on a show with him, but they asked me, hey man, Oprah wants you to come on this relationship thing, and she wants you to be on the panel. And I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, and I just kind of lied and made stuff up, and she wanted me on there. She goes, I just want you on here. And I went on, and it was like having problems with relationship. I was like, she goes, Godfrey, you have problems? I said, yeah, I was just bullshitting. And I went on a seminar. She had a seminar for us to go do this seminar with this Harville Hendrix guy, and she paid for it and everything. Yeah, I was all up in that Harpo shit.
So you said something. There was an interview I think you did with Shannon Sharp, and it really kind of got me going because I thought it was a real conversation that needs to be had.
Sharp.
And that is Africans, Nigerians versus African Americans. And there is this idea and this belief, and I got a lot to say about it as well.
Yeah.
But there is this belief that African Americans feel like Africans, Nigerians, whoever, feel like they are better than them.
Yeah.
And I almost think being on both sides, because I really am on both sides, growing up in an African American community,
right in the middle,
and growing up in the Nigerian household,
no doubt.
And to think that the African Americans thought that they were better because y'all from Africa, right? Like, you even have to say it that way, right? Like, why did we make the same face though? Like, y'all from Africa, like, and so there was this whole beef, like, man, like, and it always bothers me when I hear cats who are like, man, I don't mess with, them Nigerians or them Africans, they think they better than us. It's like, no, it was actually, if anything, I've always seen it as that, Nigerians growing up in Nigerians, it's like, man, like, look at the opportunities that these African Americans have, here in America, and just the abundance of schooling and education, all that stuff. You just have it right here, top universities here in America, right? But there's always been this clash, and I forgot, you made a really good point, but there was a lot that you had to say about that. Where do you think this beef or this misunderstanding? It's not even a beef, because I think that would be a misrepresentation.
Yeah,
I think it's a misunderstanding of the way we do our cultures. Like, for example, we talk about how important education is in the Nigerian community, right? And like, it's constantly
stressed.
It's stressed.
Like, supremely stressed.
Or even the fact that, like, I know this is like, and I hope I'm representing my father well when I say this, like, he came to this country, my father didn't come to this country with a lot. And he worked his butt off, had an entrepreneur spirit,
no doubt.
Started off washing dishes and then working in a restaurant.
My father washed dishes.
Started working on restaurant, started cooking.
They probably were the same, they were probably washing dishes next to each other. Where, Nebraska? Okay. Take this dish. No.
Then he started doing ice cream truck. Did your dad do an ice cream truck?
No ice cream truck.
Okay, so my dad started his own ice cream truck company.
That's dope.
And then started to work for a company as a plumber. And then started his own plumbing company.
Awesome.
And then that's what raised us, my father being a plumber. But
and that's money,
he never, and I grew up with, a good amount of people who were on welfare.
I've never met a Nigerian plumber. That's amazing. Your
Really?
pipe is leaking. We have to change
my dad was, he was dope.
Nigerian, because most plumbers like, gosh, gotta find that there. It's like Pete from Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like that there. That's a leak in there.
You know what I mean?
My dad used to cut too. Like, why would you put this in the toilet?
Yo,
Like,
that's
Dad, you can't
a
just
Nigerian plumber. Hilarious.
Why is this water? What really water? How come? But you have to tighten this.
He would be so annoyed, but he would fix it, and they would always call him back.
Yeah.
But he was like, he started from it, and my father refused. Like, we would have been eligible for welfare.
My parents didn't play that
My
shit.
dad was irritated by the idea. It was like, why would I? Like, I can do this on my own.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody to. But it wasn't a sense like I'm better than. It was just this mentality of, we have the ability to do it, so why not just go out and do it?
And Nigerians' vision of America was like, yo,
right,
if
opportunity.
I get over there, are you kidding? Like, all like immigrants were like, America. Look at Ellis Island with the Italians and the Polish, and they were like, we here, bro. We're about to what?
Yeah.
It was just, that was America, because America pumped itself up like this place of opportunity and freedom. And I think also, and just being like African Americans it's part of my culture. I don't care what anybody says. My friends, a lot of my friends are African American playing football. Southern, they're my boys. It's like, nah, you know. And you study American history, and you really study how African Americans have suffered. You go, you know how many African Americans are hardworking?
Yep.
All about education. Yep. So what are you going to say? W.E.B. Du Bois, who was the first to get a PhD at Harvard, he wasn't working hard?
Right.
I'm talking about in the early 1900s when they didn't let us have shit.
Right.
How did he get a PhD at that time? You're talking about Lewis Latimer, who invented the filament for the light bulb. That's the reason why Edison, when they were trying to invent the light bulb, it was all kerosene. So it was exploding. I read the whole book. I read Edison's biography. It was all exploding everywhere. And Lewis Latimer, black dude, apprentice, that filament that you see in the light bulb is a black man that made it. Because every February was Lewis Latimer.
Right.
But he was the one that created it. When it was, we appreciate
that.
We appreciate it, but African Americans have always been hardworking.
But no, African Americans have been hardworking, but I don't know.
But opportunity.
What about the appreciation of the hard work for the immigrants who came to this country and worked hard?
But here's the thing is the Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist son of a bitches on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But you know, Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him.
Right. Yeah.
So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational black, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like shit, being hung, lynched, Jim Crow. From slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. They've been, black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes.
Right.
You understand? Burning up of black towns. And people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it.
Black excellence.
Black excellence. They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody raped them, and they never did because a white woman lied. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity, but you imagine, just like colonization in Africa, but imagine everywhere you go, someone is running you out of town. Someone's trying to kill your son from going to school. Yeah. So African Americans see opportunities, but the way the ghettos, first of all, you know where the word ghetto comes from, right? It's an Italian word.
Okay.
And there was the island of Ghetto in Venice where they kept Jewish people. That's where ghetto comes from. They kept Jews on the island of Ghetto in Venice, kept them there like a ghetto. And then it transferred over to America. Because everybody was in the ghettos at one time.
Right.
Italians, Irish, and every black person wasn't a slave. There were black people that were here in America already. They were already here. They were not, I know some black people that are like, I'm not a descendant of slaves. We were already here. You know that black people were already here. Black people already traveled. Like all over the world. We were already, our black presence is everywhere.
Yeah.
Mexico, go to Mexico. You see black, Oaxaca, Mexico, 200,000 Africans, there's black Mexicans in Oaxaca. There's Oaxaca restaurants in LA. Oaxaca, Mexico, black Mexicans. And Mexicans actually helped slaves, black slaves back in the day in the 1800s. They helped slaves. That's why when you see Mexicans and blacks clash, I go, you don't know your history. They don't know the history.
And if you remove
Mayate, what? Do you know the history of us? You helped black slaves back in the day, but they make sure they shut all that shit down so they don't. So this doesn't happen.
Keep all that fighting.
If this happens, game over. With Asians, if they really like, yo, we are from Africa. Damn. Do you know? Watch this. Our connection to Japan is amazing. When I was in Tokyo, I'm walking past. I go, man. I noticed Japanese are similar to Nigerians. Their names. Fumi is a Japanese name.
Yeah.
Fumi is a Yoruba name.
Yeah, it is.
Same spelling. I said, what's going on? I walked past this store, it said Chukwuma. It spells like my name except the M is missing. I go, the hell? I said, I'm Chukua. Same spelling, exact spelling. I go, what the is going on? Then I was dating this Japanese girl once. She couldn't speak English that well, and she's teaching me Japanese, and she's doing the Japanese sound. There's the sound thing. Ba 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 bo bo, a ba bi ba bo. Same as African languages. The same sound exercises. Same. Then I find out on YouTube, the Edo. The
Edos.
Edo is a town in Japan because a Nigerian, like some Nigerians, like samurai dude, came over there and established Edo
In
Japan.
in Japan, not in Africa.
Came over because they're black Japanese people. Yo, there's a connection to Nigerians and the Japanese, man. Telling you. It's crazy because Edo, my cousin's Edo.
Yeah, I played with some cats.
And
that were-
EDO, that's a place in Japan because of Nigerian presence. It just came, I was like, yo. So there's the connection to all of us is bananas. It's just they try to erase everything.
Yeah.
Because there's black Japanese people. They have a whole black Japanese military that from the early 1900s, all black and they're Japanese. You go to the Philippines, the Negritos are black Filipinos. They got hair like us. The Negritos in the mountains, but they don't show them because they go, we can't show that. The Chinese too. I'm telling you, the original Thai people, you gotta see them. It's whole black Thai people. But they don't want to show that. You got Melanesia, Micronesia, Melanesia, where they have the blonde afros with no
absolutely.
European contact.
Yeah, just right outside of Fiji.
It's called Melanesia,
Yeah.
for Christ's sake.
Melanie, as in yeah.
It's like, you're like, what? Wait a minute. We're using the same comb, dog. What's that?
Yeah.
And then they start doing their tribal stuff. You go, I don't know.
Lapa.
My father would wear the lapa
Lapa, yep.
when he's at home. Nigerian men like to wear the lapas at home, and we put the little robe over thing. Him and my father, same thing. And my father said, give me my lapa.
Yeah.
I said, boom. Then I'm in Hawaii. They're wearing lapas. What's going on? Everybody's wearing, I'm sure they call it something different, but I'm like, yo. And then
And actually, the Samoans call it lava. Is it lava?
Maybe lava, Samoa.
Samoa. Yeah.
Because my here is, this is Tonga. This is Tonga.
Mm-hmm.
This is Tonga connected to my Igbo. I put Igbo when my parents passed. I put
that's pretty cool.
That's an Igbo mask, and I put the dots because my mother spoke Yoruba also. She grew up in Lagos.
Okay.
So she would flip the languages. So that's the Yoruba.
You see the
that's
tribal marks.
Tribal marks
Yep,
for
yep,
Yoruba
yep.
and Igbo. So it's both. And then I connected it because Tonga, I love Southeast. I love the Pacific Islands.
First of all, we gotta get you some damn lotion on that thing. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
That's cool. He's talking.
Yeah.
And it's connected.
Yeah.
And it's connected because I remember this guy, he was a Samoan historian. He was a bouncer. This gave me Olo out here when I used to party in LA. And he was like, he would just talk to me about like, oh no, we're connected. Because Olo had a big old nose. He's Samoan, his big old afro. And I go, man, you like a black Asian? He goes, well, yeah. Because back in ancient times, the seafarers, the Africans and the Asiatic people met. And that's why we look the way we look. I said, because I'm into anthropology. I love origins.
I gotta get down with
anthropology,
this, yeah.
and you
go deep with it too.
Yeah, because I know my buddies go deep with it. Because when you travel to these countries, you go, what are these black people doing here? What the hell's going on? I'm like, yo, excuse me.
It's like uncovering the big lie.
Yes.
Right? It's like uncovering. Wait a second.
Why are y'all here? Because sometimes people, it's just, you got Cuban Chinese because Chinese workers came to Cuba in the 60s. That's why in New York, we got Cuban Chinese restaurants, which are fire as hell. We got Chinese and Cuban food. You're eating oxtail and chow mein, bro. This shit's crazy. And they're flipping the language.
That's a great combo too, by the way.
Yeah, and they're like ni hao, ni hao. They're like, ¿Cómo está usted? They're just flipping the Spanish. Yeah, but it's sometimes you have that where you have Trinidadian Indians that went to work in Trinidad. There's that where people traveled and worked, but then there's like, something is going on here. Somebody was here first. You look at the original Hawaiians, you look at, who the Duke is? Duke is, his name is like, it's so long. He was like an athlete. His name is like Malakakoea. Duke looked like a black dude with straight hair. I was like, the Duke is like, he's like a god in Hawaii. And I said the original Hawaiians, not the Japanese and the Samoans and the Filipinos. I'm talking about the original Hawaiians. And the last queen of Hawaii was Liliuokalani, who they kicked out. Remember, they locked her up. She looked like a black lady. Look that shit up. The last queen of Hawaii, where the U.S. kicked her out and all this other stuff. They look like black people. I was like, something's up.
I've never gone into the history of the Hawaiians.
I love all that stuff.
Never even thought about it. You just have this image of what the Hawaiians look like and just go.
No, because they have an Asiatic. No, but the original ones, dark. Yeah. I'm like, what's going on here? And the surfing, when, because you think of Hawaiian surfing, guess what? Surfing, there's a documentary called Whitewash, and it's about black surfers. And you know who Ben Harper is?
No.
Ben Harper, he was married to Laura Dern from Jurassic Park. He's like an alternative. He's a black dude. He just plays like alt music, like, Dave Matthews?
Yeah, of course.
He's like a Dave type. You don't really know what his style is. They go to like funk and blues. And Ben Harper is narrating it.
Ben Harper. Yeah. No,
Ben Harper, light-skinned dude.
I know Ben Harper.
He's like an alt musician.
Yes.
So he's narrating Whitewash. And this white guy, he was in Dogtown. You know Dogtown? The documentary Dogtown, Sean Penn is it's about skateboarding, the origin of skateboarding, and I love all that shit.
Okay.
So I'm a big doc head.
Okay. I love documentaries too. Yeah. I'm always looking for good ones.
The Lords of Dogtown, that's really good. Sean Penn's narrating. So he talks about this white dude, long hair, he's a historian. He goes, surfing is a word that white people made up. Because the earliest origins of surfing was on the coast of Africa. The coast of Ghana was the first time they ever saw people floating on boards. It was Africans floating on boards. They didn't call it surfing. White people called it surfing. And this guy, this sea guy was like, there's black people riding smoothly on these boards. And then in the documentary in the 60s, there's these white guys coming to Ghana to teach Africans how to surf. These kids don't even know the history of it. They were doing it first because they erased. Son, I can't go watch it.
Yeah, I look at surfing now.
I love surfers. First of all, I love watching surfing. It was so hard. I did it at Waikiki Beach. It was difficult as hell, but I love watching.
You found one of the hardest places because they got some big waves out there.
And I was on that way. I remember. I was trying to, and remember Bobby Lee, Bobby Lee? Bobby Lee's a funny Korean comic. He was trying to surf. We were there the same week. We were doing shows out there. I was trying to surf. I was on the board, you go out there, boom, and they go, turn your thing, man. It's all surfers. Turn your board, man.
You ain't
waiting on the waves. I'm waiting on the waves. I'm like, riding skill now. I'm ready to go hang 10.
Surf's up. You ain't getting me out there.
When that surf came, they're like, go. You got to be like, oh shit. And you got to get up on your board. Man, these dudes they will run you over.
I'm good.
They will, yeah.
I'm good.
You have the thing connected to your ankle.
The little cord, right?
So I went on top, I was going, and then I fell, but I just said, whoop, boom, came down. And then you come out of the water and they'll run you over. I had to go back down under the water.
How many other black folks was out there surfing with you?
Not a lot. Some dudes.
Our parents had some crazy sayings.
Just
different things that they would say.
They were terrible. Yeah. My father said, like, if I promise you some food, I won't give you a rock. What? What was that? Like, if I promise you food, I won't give you a rock. I will never deceive you.
Yeah.
But who's philosopher?
I can't even recite. I had to even go through it. I was like, let me see, because I had
to remember the goat in the shed will always give
Dad,
you.
What are you talking about? Like,
what?
I don't even understand what you're.
Yeah, there were some sayings I don't get that. Chinua Achebe.
Yeah.
Things fall apart. That's one of the most famous books ever written. Was Chinua Achebe, Nigerian writer. Go ahead. What are you going to give me some?
No, go ahead. No, ahead.
I don't know any say. Go ahead.
No, I don't have any.
There was nothing I could follow with these sayings. I was like, what?
Yeah. Or are you mad? Like,
are you mad?
And I remember my dad used to say
that's
that.
very British.
No, Dad, I'm not mad. I'm okay. Like,
no, are you
crazy? Yeah,
but that's British.
Are you mad?
He's like, the guy was mad.
Yeah,
that means crazy. That's British.
So because of the British colonization, and the influence. Yeah. But he would say stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Or this one. So you can't be hanging out with these people with the gangs and these shooting, just looking like ruffians.
Ruffians, yes. Yes.
The ruffians, like you're just, you have to, these Africans, they're from the bush.
Yeah, from the bush. Yes, the bush. The bush.
It means you're like unsophisticated.
Or did they ever say barbaric? This was barbaric. Barbaric.
How about this one? And my father, he said, don't give me this cock and bull story. Cock and bull story means
I don't know.
BS.
No.
I say, and I'd be like this, cock and bull story. I gotta look that up.
Don't be poke-nosing into other people's affairs. Why are you poke-nosing?
Poke-nosing?
Poke-nosing. Yeah. Even my dad would say, why are you poke-nosing? Poke-nosing.
Oh, my father used fiam. He's like this. So I would just take fiam and you will leave. Fiam. He had his own sound effects. You go fiam. I go fiam. There's pium.
Fiam.
He fiam.
Like that.
Like Batman. You know how Batman had bam.
Yeah, bam, pull.
But
the onomatopoeias, yeah.
If Batman were Nigerian, fiam. Fiam.
What about this one? What of when they try to recall something? Like, your friend. What?
This.
What?
Wait.
What was those? What of?
I can't remember. It was
What of your friend Johnny?
You know how many decades this is?
Wow.
Oh man, that's a good one. Let me see another one.
I'm telling you.
Okay, this one.
What's right?
This is when, especially as I got older, because it's yes ma'am, no sir, yes sir.
That's right.
All right. But Dad, I thought I was going to bed. Am I your mate?
That's British.
Am I
not your mate. You talk to your mates like I'm your father.
Yeah, am I your mate?
I'm not your mate.
I'm like,
it's
I remember
British.
the first time I heard that, I'm like, I have no idea what you mean, mate.
Am I your mate? Like, hello, mate.
Right.
But am I your mate?
Am I your mate?
Am I your mate? I'm not your friend. I'm your father. I'm not your friend.
Right.
But I love that because a lot of parents out here
trying to be your friend.
Try to be friendly, and that's why the kid be like, suck it, mom, suck it. You can suck it, mom. How about that? How about this, mom? Suck it. I told you about that. Stop it. You stop yelling. You shut up.
Okay.
That's what Dad says. You're
Hey, real
they're in the Ralph's going, if that was my
Mom, I
like,
said shut up.
and maybe like, clean up in aisle 5, clean up in aisle 5. A small Nigerian child has been beaten to death right by the cereal, by the honeycombs. But you didn't even talk like that. Oh, what about this? Oh. My father would give us the lectures. We had to stand there and listen. And, he'd just be talking, and how can you, and you had to sit there and listen. I remember one time I left. I thought he was done. I thought he was done talking. So he just sat there, paused. I said, oh, let me go. He said, and all I heard was footsteps. He said, where are you going? When I tell you to leave, you leave. I was like, well, Dad, can I get a pimp? I didn't know.
Shut up your mouth.
Why are you talking? What? He made me stand there until he was done. Then you can leave. I didn't know. Yeah, it was like, you just leave for what? Hey.
I would have been yanked
incomplete
up.
sentences was when my father was mad. And you don't do it. Hey.
That's where you know you messed up. When you can't get, when they can't finish it,
commas and periods and semicolons. He's like this. So your mother. Hey, let me eat first. Whoa! What? I'd be like, we are in trouble. Oh, goddamn. Oh, Lord have mercy. He was, whoa!
What about the threat? What about the threat?
Okay.
I would
send you back?
I would send you back to Nigeria. I'll send you to Nigeria. I would send you to.
And we'd be like, I want to go there. Hell no, they ain't got no cable. Shit, we got all this good stuff.
Because when you haven't lived there, that was the threat.
So it was all the stereotypes. I'll be chasing buckies. I'll be riding on the giraffe shit. I don't want that. I want to drive a nice car, man. I want to ride my bike.
Oh, I'll do right, Dad. I'll do right. I'll do right.
So, no, I will just take you, collect you.
Collect you. I would collect you.
Collect you.
Dad, collect what? Collect call?
I will gather your leg. What you going to disassemble me and collect me? I remember my friend Rick Osborne, blonde kid, and his mom owned a bookstore because we collected comic books. We were comic book heads, and we would go to his mom's bookstore. And I remember reading. I did it on one of my specials, and we're reading comic books, right? And he goes, Gail. And I'm like, who's Gail? My mom. I go, you know your mom's name? I'm like, you just called your mother by her first name? Imagine me calling my, yo. He's like, you don't call your mother by her. I go, no, she's mommy.
Yeah, right.
That's her name.
Yeah.
I know her name, but I don't know her name. Yeah. My father calls my mother's name.
Yeah.
I know I'm Godfrey Jr., and I don't call my dad's name. I don't even know his name. What you talking about? Godfrey Jr., I don't know what that means.
You know it's crazy.
I don't call I don't even know that. I learned my father was Godfrey later on. I was like, oh, I thought he was just daddy. Viola Davis, by the way, Viola Davis was my first roommate in New York City when she was at Juilliard.
Are you serious?
Yep, my first roommate for like 3-4 months. She was at Juilliard at the time. She was doing 7 guitars play. She showed me to my room. Yep.
So you done roomed with Viola Davis. You done hung out with Oprah Winfrey. Anything else you want to share?
And they all super famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Viola Davis talks about that. When I watched her,
yes, she
I
does.
met her 2.5 years ago. She was at there's a YMCA thing in New York where they have a stage where they interview celebrities, and Viola was coming. I said, man, let me go over there and buy a ticket, see if she remembers me, right?
Yeah.
And so I saw her interview, and then I went backstage. She was like, what's up, Rumi? Oh, we hung out. It was great.
Oh,
it was
wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was talking about, they call me the Black Meryl Streep. Well, then pay me like a Black Meryl Streep then.
Yep, I saw that.
Pay me like that. Viola Davis is complaining about payment. And who's better than her?
That's a
You can't F with Viola Davis on no day. She's the coldest. And she's struggling with getting paid properly.
And you know what? I've said this before. I wish that there was a structure in Hollywood. This is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
I wish that there was a structure in Hollywood that imitated like the NFL or the NBA, where there was transparency around what everyone else is making. But it's like everyone keeps their mouth shut about how much they're making.
Yeah.
And it's different because for me, like, you know, coming from an NFL locker room, I'm comfortable talking about my salary.
Yeah.
But it's not common. I mean, it's just like you start getting around other production.
No.
Is you better keep your mouth shut or you'll mess up everything for yourself.
Yep.
And so everyone is, you could be working right next to the other person next to you, and that person's making 10 times more than you, and you would have no idea about that. And so it's like subjective, like, you're definitely worth 5 times more than, like, wait, hold how does that work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there needs to be that type of transparency.
Yeah.
Something else that just hit me. We were talking about things that, like, for me, like stuff that my dad used to do that used to irritate the heck out of me. We would be taking showers.
Oh, no.
And my dad would bang on the door, bang. And my dad's a big dude, 6'3", 300 or something,
Damn.
and had that James Earl Jones. You said what?
My son, what?
You will go to the Waldorf Astoria,
Astoria.
and you will clean up and tell Sammy that I...
We go.
CNN.
But he would bang on the door. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones, man. Like, he would bang on the door. Turn off the water. Turn off the water. And I'm just like,
Your dad's a plumber. He knows. How you gonna tell you like the water? You're the pressure. You don't understand.
I was like, come on, like,
Your dad's
you
a
just got out
plumber,
of
he
practice. I just want to just sit in the water for
What
a
did he
little
say?
bit.
Why would he do that?
Because it costs money. So he would buy the 5-gallon bucket of detergent, and whenever we got done with the 5-gallon thing, we would have to fill up 5 gallons. Turn off the water, so you had to get your hot cold mix real good because you got one shot, and then put a bowl in there, and you have to use the 5-gallon and just you scrub yourself up, and you just you had to
Nigerian
portion.
style, son.
You had to portion, and I never understood it, and it irritated me. I'm talking about irritated me. Like if he wasn't home, I'm like, oh good, Dad
Your
left for work.
father's stingy with the water because he's a plumber, son.
No, it wasn't until my very first time going to Nigeria. It was 2006. I was with the San Diego Chargers at the time, and
Were you there with Gates?
Yeah, Antonio Gates. Yeah. LaDainian Tomlinson. Yeah.
Damian Thomas. LT.
LT. Yeah.
And your boy and your man.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
Phillip
like,
Rivers.
man, I'm just trying, man. We're just trying to get the playoffs, man. That's what we're going to try and do.
Yeah, that's right. Big country.
Big country.
Yeah. But I went and I was like, wow, this is it. This is at Butameta. We stayed at Echo Hotel on Victoria Island.
Okay.
And I remember we pulled up, and my dad is starting to tell these stories. He said, "You see this palm tree? You see this apple tree right here? This tree wasn't supposed to be here, and this one grew up to be the biggest, and so on and so forth." Yeah. And then I walked through the house, and this was a surprise.
Yeah.
My grandma didn't know he was coming. She hadn't seen him in 32 years.
That's crazy.
And we walked through the door, and he goes, he starts calling for his mom. And I looked right before he starts, I look to the left, and there's these 5 big buckets. I'm like, Dad, what is this doing?
Again.
I said, what is this in here? I mean, they're massive. I don't know, 20, 30
that was
gallons.
Your shower is like, you're going to get in that?
That was the water supply.
Whoa.
And so my father told me, he says, yes, oh yeah, this is the water supply. And it was a whole thing of going to the well, going to get the water, coming back, bringing it, and filling it up so you didn't have to stay over trying to constantly get water. And it hit me in that moment.
Damn, yep.
I'm going, that's why, like, these kids have running water, and they're just running water all the time. And so this is why he was emphatic about not running and wasting water. But that was that moment where I'm going, yeah, I get it. Until this day, when I shower, when I'm doing soap, I don't know how many of you guys do this, but I turn the water off when I scrub myself.
No, man.
Do you scrub?
No, man. No. Well, you just take the soap. You probably take the soap with no water.
Okay, what about you? You run the water or you turn the water off?
Run it.
Oh.
Yo, you probably just take the soap on your dry body like.
No. I wet my.
You be like this.
I will never waste another drop of water. My father told me the other day, I will never.
When I scrub,
you get a little wet, and then
I get a little wet, and then I lather up.
Back on.
Yeah.
But how? I mean, why
are you wasting water?
But you 2 seconds, you're like, okay, you go.
No, it's like 20 seconds. It's 20 seconds. I get in there. I enjoy the hot water. No, and where's all that water?
Your eye, it's in your eye. You're like, damn.
No, I look.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. I need where's the water? Shit's all dry because you can't find it. Use washcloth, right?
Huh?
Washcloth. I'm just making sure.
No. Now I know people who don't use washcloth.
You use washcloth, Mr. White African? Do you use a washcloth?
A loofah, okay.
Okay, at least it's something.
No, loofah's good. No, loofah's good. A loofah's good.
I hope at least you're scrubbing something, because a lot of cats just.
I didn't know. Look,
they don't wash their legs.
No,
my white friends don't wash their legs.
Because they say the soap runs down.
First of all, your legs are connected to your asshole. And there's debris, there's ass debris probably spreading on your legs. You don't realize it. There's microbes of ass debris. And what's the biggest organ on your body? Your skin.
Yeah.
Why aren't you scrub?
I scrub.
You wash everything.
No, hold on. Don't shake your head out of. Do you?
No, he does. He washes his legs.
Okay. Yo, my scrub. Okay.
So my wife was like, I don't wash my legs.
Okay.
Scrub. Wash your legs, man. It's connected. Your asshole, your leg ends at your butt. Okay? There's a booty hole. Remember Bernie Mac? There's a booty hole. I'm going to tell you. There's a motherfucking booty hole. You got to wash your motherfucking legs, You got to what? You got to have motherfucking legs. Like everything is, come on. Debris. My father liked Burger King. I like, but you want to go to Burger
King.
I got no. I want to go McDonald's.
Hold on, how does your dad say it?
McDonald's.
No.
Burger King.
Burger, yeah.
Burger King.
Because the R is not really in the
burger. There's no
yeah.
Burger King.
Burger, yeah.
And I said, I want to go to McDonald's. Okay, we go to McDonald's. McDonald's. And so we go. My father, it's like, yeah. When my mother was like on a double shift nursing, she like, your mother is on double shift, so so she's going to be gone for 2 days. So I will not be cooking for you. So we'll go take you to McDonald's. That was like a treat. Like McDonald's, oh yeah, where's McDonald's? And my father would be like, and then they'd be like, welcome to McDonald's, may I help you? okay, thank you. For having, what do you mean, thank you? Just get the food, man. My wife is on double shift.
You just go into the whole story.
I will never cook for these children. What do you have? Meat and potatoes. That's a burger and fries there. And Fanta. No.
Fanta. No,
Fanta was
Fanta.
right. Fanta
soda.
That's my. I remember the cheese, the American cheese. We would melt that cheese sandwich. My sister made the best grilled cheese sandwiches.
So people,
unbelievable.
Cheese is not a part of the Nigerian
Hell
dish.
no, it's not.
I didn't really have a lot of cheese
Not
in
at
the
all.
house. Only
There's
when
no
we had
cheese
to
in Nigerian food.
Yeah.
No cheese. That's why we look dope. Because we ain't all clogged up.
Our parents definitely didn't understand the American culture. It's like they were so busy just trying to live the dream. But
Yes.
the swag, the American swag that we were all into, I will never forget begging. You remember used jeans?
Yeah.
I wanted used jeans so badly. And I remember saying, okay, I'm going to work up the nerves to tell my dad that I want some used jeans. And he just, oh, you're like this. You want? I work so hard so you can ask me for used jeans. So you want used jeans with the holes, because you remember they had the holes.
Yes.
It was the first time when they had the holes in the patch. I would go take $100 for. I would take scissors and just cut and
Same thing. It's the same.
Yeah, right.
Like, I want Dad, I want to get Air Jordans. How much do they cost? Oh, they like $200. Oh, okay, $200. Would they let you play on the team?
Yes.
Okay, so you will not get the $200 for what?
Yeah.
Are you playing with the Bulls? You know?
Right.
And she's like, when I was your age, we didn't have feet. And he walks off with feet. I go, he just walked off. I said, well, he's lying. He didn't have feet.
Yeah.
I had to 200 miles to school. I had to crawl. No feet.
They
Kids are lucky to have feet. These feet are borrowed.
I bought these at
That's that immigrant.
What about the ears piercing?
Oh, hell. Remember
Come on, talk.
You remember
Talk about it.
remember the famous, this is one of the funniest episodes of The Cosby Show when Theo got his, and they're on the bed.
Yep.
Yo. So I remember my brother got his ears pierced first. He was like, yo, got my ears pierced. I said, what? Yo, what? He goes, dude, I wanted to do it. He goes, yo, I got it. I said, well, how are you gonna maneuver on
He just had one side, right?
Because
at the time,
I got one side, so every time Dad talks to me, I'm like this. I watched my brother do this. I was like, look at this. And my brother was like, Opani, come here. He's like, yes. And my father be talking, and he'd be like, all right. And he would just turn. I go, damn. He goes, yeah, I just did one. And then I'll get the other one, because, you got to let it heal.
Heal, right.
He said, boom. And my brother do the second one and just be turning it a different way. My father's like, what's that? He's like, nothing, what? I'm just listening to you. My father'd be like, what's his?
he just confused.
He almost caught. And then he got him healed, and then my brother would just pull him out and then wear him when he left the house.
So your dad never found out?
No, my brother was good. I don't know how he did it, man. He did it. It was awesome. And then I did the same thing, right? But he caught me, man. I was like, I was on the wrong side. And he's like, what is in your ear? What is that? I was like, damn. You're supposed to talk to me on this side. You're supposed to talk to me on this side, Dad. Damn, Daniel did it.
What age were you?
Man, I was like 20-something.
Same here.
I was like 20-something, like
I was
college. I was like
25.
I was like, well, yep, after I started doing comedy, I said, yeah, let me get earrings.
Yeah.
You be smooth, you know what I'm saying? And then my father said, this was, because my father's men's group, people like, you have to come down and they want to see you. You have to meet your people. Don't forget. Yeah. Come and see them. So my uncles there, and there's always the loud Nigerian. This guy, he is Vivi's. He's a restaurant owner.
Yeah.
So you couldn't tell him shit. And he goes, I have my ear. He goes, hey, yo, so what are you, a woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, a woman. Hey, woman, where's the earring? What are you? He's that loud.
Yeah.
My father was never a loud guy in public, and my father was like, he's just laughing. And then when I get home, he goes, yeah, he's just loud. There's some Africans. He's from the bush.
From the Bushman.
He's like, yeah, but you shouldn't be wearing. Why didn't you take it?
Yeah.
You're a woman. That's a woman.
Yeah. And then
Why don't you go to your mother's and wear you and your mother go out together?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Nigerians, man.
Oh man.
So how did you get it? You did it?
I thought I made it. I thought,
You NFL. You got the big diamond.
There you go.
You got the Deon Sanders. Yo, I just got confidence. It's just confidence. That's all it is.
Myself. I went through a quarter life crisis. I was like, you know what?
Quarter life.
I'm gonna grow my hair out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pierce my ears.
Yeah.
And so I'm hanging out with my Nigerian homeboy Namdi, and he goes,
yeah.
Right. And I go to Claire's, and he goes,
Claire's?
Stop.
That's my
He's
shit,
like,
though.
Stop. I'm like, what? And this is right when the lady had like the little gun to my ear.
Yeah.
She said, Stop. What? I just want to tell you one more time, don't do it. I was like, no, man, I'm going through with it. I get it, boom, boom. I'm sitting there, I let it heal. I'm still in Oakland. Off season come, I'm feeling myself. I go home and I totally forgot. I just totally forgot.
Yeah.
And my dad is just looking at me in a weird way. And then there's like in disgust. And my dad's first thing he said to me, you want me to cut your earlobe? I'm like, what?
You didn't even realize.
I didn't. I was like, oh, shoot.
Damn.
And he's like, you just go and embarrass. You ain't go embarrass the entire family.
Yeah.
You embarrass the
You're like,
family.
damn.
When you hear embarrass, that is deep.
Embarrass. Not embarrassed.
Embarrass.
And then my father started getting real cool at a certain point, though. He goes, oh, well, I understand everybody's wearing. I see, the people on TV. I can't see. He was like,
he was adjusted.
Yeah. But he would laugh. He'd be like, you just be wearing like a woman. It's okay.
Yeah, just making fun of you.
It's okay.
And so plain, funny as hell, man.
Plain.
So tell me what that was like, because what was the response that you got from other Africans of your, of your portrayal? I mean, you're Nigerian, but there was also this animated portrayal. What'd you get? Like, did people get on you about that?
Soul Plane, I never got any really backlash to the Soul Plane. The time I got pushed back was I'm showing clips of like the Nigerian stuff I'm doing. My father, because we know what our fathers sound like.
Right.
How you gonna tell me? I'm doing my dad.
Right.
Nigerians, I would see comments. That's not even our accent. You sound like you're from Ghana. You're saying that's not our accent. They would say all this shit. And I go, and some stuff I go, yo, why don't you suck a mother? I'm just
he's going off.
But I go, I'm Nigerian American. I'm doing the American version of a Nigerian accent.
Right.
There's nothing you can do. It's just not it's what it is. You're not even Nigerian. Why don't you? I go, yeah, I am. You're mad because you're not an American citizen. I get it.
Right.
You're upset. But we're Nigerians. You can't. I'm sorry. Even when I was in Nigeria, making videos, I was in the market. I was with my uncles. I was like, yo, we here, Nigeria. And it was like, yo, you're not Nigeria. I said, what is it gonna take? I'm right here eating fufu, right? I'm in Nigeria. It's like they get mad at that. I go, do you know how many Nigerians are in America?
Right.
You know how many Ethiopian Americans are around, Congolese Americans, but no one says anything about the British Nigerians. They don't complain about them, but they complain about the American Nigerians. Because they're closer to their colonizers.
Right.
It's more authentic.
That's right, because it wasn't that long ago. Right. October 1st, 1960.
That's right.
We got our independence. Nigeria got their independence from the UK from England.
Yeah.
And so maybe there's that more of an acceptance, but definitely when it's like the American accent coming out is like
it's
hypercritical. Hypercritical.
It's like, I'm Nigerian, I'm Yoruba, my buddy's Igbo, and I'm like, okay.
You can say Igbo, but I can't say Igbo.
I'm Igbo. My buddy's Yoruba. He's Igbo.
Yeah.
He's Edo. And I'm like, I'm American. What? I have the same. Both my parents. If both my parents are Nigerian, I come out Nigerian. And for some reason, Like, okay, my Asian buddies.
I love that you said that. Go ahead, because I got something for that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Make sure you don't lose the thought.
No, I won't. No, go.
Like my Asian buddies, no one ever questions them being Asian. You see somebody Asian, you're just Asian. I go, oh, you're Asian? Yeah, I'm Korean or I'm Chinese. But people always connect you to your continent.
Like, why
Asian. They
is
just go,
that?
oh, you know the Asian guy? You go, yeah, my man. They always say Asian right away because there's a respect for it. There's a respect for Asians. Right. There's a respect for the Asians.
But even at that, like even when you think about that, like you could take a person who's Japanese, born in America, and yet they're still identified as Japanese. When I say I'm Nigerian, man, shut up, man. You American. No, I'm actually Nigerian. Like both my parents are from Nigeria.
My sister was born there,
right?
Except for me and my brother.
Anyone else, but if you're from the continent of Africa and you were born in America, there's this you can't.
It's really weird.
And I push back hard. I'm going because I appreciate me being born here in America, but I also appreciate the fact that where I
have a culture.
I have a culture. Like I know where I come from. I was like, no, I'm a Nigerian. No, you ain't. Man, you from Crenshaw. I lived in Crenshaw. I was born in Crenshaw. I'm Nigerian. But I'm saying if I was Japanese, if I was any other culture,
Asian, Chinese, Japanese,
it doesn't matter where you are, right?
But
and you were born in America, they're gonna say that's how they're gonna identify you, right?
Yeah. And even this happens. Like the white South Africans, they'll believe he's African before me. And they're just like they just kind of adopted it.
Right.
That's how gangster white people are. They go, I'm gonna be African today. They're Dutch and they're like, I'm African. Yeah. But Afrikaans, which is Dutch, because whenever you see those double vowels, that's Dutch.
Yeah.
And, I did a lot of Dutch comedy for I've done all of Holland. I did Lowlands Festival, Utrecht, Delft, Eindhoven. I did a lot of Dutch comedy.
I'm convinced that you work like some undercover. You're not actually a comedian. You're actually like some undercover spy.
I did. He knows.
You go
Eindhoven, Delft, Utrecht. I did all that.
You go into every language. You can imitate just about. I actually think you're a spy.
Nay.
That's pretty cool though, man.
That's like me saying. No, here's a perfect example. That's like me saying I'm Chinese. If I said I was Chinese, I was born in Beijing. And I had the accent. No, I'm Chinese. I born in Beijing. People be like, nah. Why is it? Because you're black. Right. They don't believe you can be that. It's that up. But I was born in China.
Right.
Why can't I be Chinese? If a white guy can be African, why can't I be Chinese?
Right.
But I've said I'm African and you're not believing me. When someone says, man, you're so articulate for what? You know how many white people have speech impediments that are newscasters? Tom Brokaw couldn't say his L for 50 years. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Nightly News. Listen to Tom Brokaw. He was Nightly News. Like Ted Koppel, Peter Jen. He was like, welcome to Nightly News. I'm Tom Brokaw. He's gargling his mouth because it's just, you ain't. And we are. Yeah. And I'm like, but he can't pronounce his. But to say, oh, you're so articulate to be, what? But they associate it. It's that mentality. Associating that is good. Man, all you do, watch some old reruns of Jerry Springer. You want to see white people not speak? Man, Jay, I'm telling you this right now. I loved it hurt. And every time I deep they goddamn deep day and then I'm where you mean. There's
bushwhackers.
There's uneducated in every race, but we are the poster child for being, even though African American women have the highest degrees in America, even though Nigerians beat the out of people in academics. Let's be 100. Nigerians have the highest degrees, science, mathematics.
They've been pushing on that since we were born.
And African Americans there's so many smart. What? I mean, girls that I dated that were the fathers of prestigious black families in Chicago. Are you kidding me? Professors and all that. It's just they don't show. It's propaganda. Right. Black people aren't married. Are you out of your mind? Right. You know how many black people I know that are married 30, 40 years? Easy. All my buddies, maybe everyone goes through some divorce, but all my buddies, they're still married.
Right.
They go, my kids, but it's who's on welfare? White people are on welfare more in America. You know why white people are on welfare? You know how you're going to see it? Because Trump is screwing people right now. And you see all these white people complaining?
Yep.
Because they're on welfare. And there are more whites on welfare than there are black people, just numerically. But we are the poster child for welfare. When you think crackhead, what do you think? I think a black person. I don't think a white person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you think about the 80s
Right, because but even in comedy, we go, yeah, you know them crackhead ass cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, crackhead ass. And it was just crackheads were and the propaganda made crackhead be. I know white dudes that smoke crack. They were like, dude, you know I'm crackhead. I go, I've never smoked crack. I know white guys that don't know their daddies.
Yeah.
I know my father. Yeah. But it's just the stereotype and the propaganda, and if you throw stuff visually, you know how they say, what is it? A picture is worth more than 1,000 words. If you always show in that same photo, you're gonna go, oh, they're the ones that are on it. When it's not true. It's like I noticed this with HIV posters. It's always us on it. Asians have HIV. It's always us. We're the HIV people.
Yeah.
It's oh shit. And it's purposely done.
I even correct my kids now, like when my kids like, but Dad, they're starving people in Africa. They're starving people in Bangladesh. They're starving people in America. I said, I can take you right down over here to Skid Row here in Los Angeles. And I'm like, and you're gonna see this, but it's always, I was like, so I always correct them if they try to use Africa
they
as
always use to say,
I'm like, no.
yo, don't waste that. There's an African, you know, there's somebody in Africa going, I don't need to eat this. Throw it out.
Yeah.
There's Africans wasting food too.
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about? Right. I'm like, I just know there's someone in America that is, you know, no one's going, there's starving people everywhere.
Right.
Like, but there's stereotype because they have to make that African image to keep us from going over there while they go and take everything. That's what they did, which was brilliant. But now people are waking up and they're like, let's get over there. You know, there's some of these black leaders. I don't know if you know Traoré from Niger, you know, Traoré, Burkina Faso, you know,
yep.
They're like, they kicked France out. They're like,
oh yeah, just recently.
Go.
Yeah, just recently.
See you later, buddy. Yep. And Macron is like, well, s'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît. Oh, out of here, you know. So they're panicking because all the chocolate that France has comes from Africa. Haiti is financing the Eiffel Tower. You know, Haiti financed it from because they were mad that they said they didn't want to be slaves anymore. Says, but you owe us. Weird, but yeah. And Jacques Chirac, one of the presidents from France in the 70s, said, "Without Africa, we will collapse." He said it. You can look it up. Jacques Chirac. He said, "Without Africa, Europe is done. They don't get no resources.
Yeah, a lot
and they got it all in Africa. That's why China is trying to. That's why they fixing the infrastructure in Nigeria. They have a Chinatown in Nigeria already.
Yep.
The Chinese were looking at me like, "What are you doing here?" What? I have to say this. I'm going to say this about South Africa. Watch, here I go. There's a town called
Orania, and they don't want the blacks in.
In South Africa, where they don't allow black people.
Yeah, that's right.
You need to burn that motherfucker.
Yeah.
How do you come to? Listen,
that part is confusing, and I don't know how that happens.
Bullshit.
Where you come in and you take the land.
Well, maybe during a certain apartheid time you start establishing, right?
Yeah, but it's
I'm
not.
Like, how are you gonna go to the biggest blackest neighborhoods? And Africa is just a big, gigantic black neighborhood. You don't want us living there, and you gonna come to where the black people are.
Orania.
And then that is
It's wild.
It's wild, man.
It's wild.
That's what it's like. Burn it down. I hope it burns to hell. Yo, what are you talking about? We can't come in. What the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just, I don't know the population.
2,000.
2,000, yeah.
My high school could whoop that town's ass. My high school's 5,000. We come in and f them all up. Fuck Ronnie is. I hope it burns. That's pathetic. I hate that. That's like, I just think that's whack. Stay in your area. And I have a joke like that. I go, yo, you told me to go back to Africa. I went. And
I went back.
You beat me. What are you doing here?
Right.
Why are you here?
That was a thing. Go back to Africa.
Yeah, why don't you go back to Africa?
Go back
they say
to
it
Africa.
now. Why don't you go back to Africa? I did. I bought a ticket last week.
Yeah.
I went back, and you were there. Why were you? How are you gonna go back to Africa and beat me there?
Right.
I'm just white people. White people are full of shit.
You know, it's
You're so hypocritical.
It's like the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
Go back to Africa, right? They're trying to like,
I have land there.
They might say, oh, well, man, Africa's not maybe that good, right? Yeah, it's not that good.
It sucks.
It's not that good.
Go back to Africa.
Right.
Why don't you go back to Africa?
Yeah.
Like, I did. A few times.
But I saw you there.
And guess what?
Yeah.
You know the huts that they make fun of in Africa, which are unbelievably made. The way they make those huts, those things can withstand heat. Whatever. Now they have this town where white people are doing hut building, but they renamed it something else. The shit they used to make fun of, now they doing it. It's like, we discovered this. I just
Right. But it's the same. It's the same cats. You know, it's the same. Yeah.
They used to make fun of it. Why don't you go to your mud huts? God, is that good? Did I look like a white guy?
No, it's not like that.
Why don't you go to your goddamn mud huts, you spear chuckers?
That's what they used to say, spear chucker.
Blow
I thought that
darts.
was a good fucking.
Yeah,
that was
blow
a
darts.
pretty funny name though, spear
What?
chucker, because you chuck a spear.
What did they used to say? There was something-
Jungle bunny.
No,
I
there was
never thought
something like-
bunnies were in the jungle though.
Welcome to the jungle, buddy.
No, I don't think.
There was
I don't-
jungle bunny, spear chucker.
There was something else they used to say with the spears. I can't remember
There was
it.
spear chucker. There was. I mean, I didn't want to learn about it. It just they called you it.
You got
So I was like,
everything.
oh, there's a new
Yeah.
one.
All right. African booty scratcher. there was something else
That was the black people that said that to me.
Yeah.
Black African booty
Does
scratcher.
that, I don't even think that still exists anymore.
Your ass ever itch?
You said what?
My ass itch, I don't scratch it because I am not
I do.
living up to the stereotype. I just
do.
take it. I just go.
Everybody scratch their booty, man. Like,
Man, don't do it right now.
you know, you get that good, like,
Oh yeah, I love that.
especially when the skin is
up by the
dry.
back part.
Yeah, when it's dry,
and
it's
you,
like, oh.
And you see like your hand marks of straight itch.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, man.
So in Nigerian culture, what I absolutely love, and I don't know the stats or anything like that, but our family, our parents, they stay together.
No
I
doubt.
mean, my mom and dad fought like crazy.
Yeah,
But they were married 30 plus years. And it was, you know, it was to me, it was tough. My mom passed when my last year in college. And she passed away in a car accident.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and it's one of those you're not expecting it.
panic,
It just boom.
Yep.
And I mean, for me, everything changed from that. And I think one of the biggest regrets I have, you know, when I think about my mom, and how much she cared about us.
Yeah.
You know, and she had her ups and her downs, but I didn't get all of the stories. You know, and to this day, it still haunts me that there's so much about, because you were saying earlier, just like when you get older, right?
Yeah.
Then life happens and you start getting interested in other things and so on and so forth. And you just realize like there's this massive gap of that. And then, you know, and before my mom passed away, my dad was, you know, diagnosed with Parkinson's, and and he's been battling that and struggling. That was like around 1998, 99. They misdiagnosed him. He got diagnosed, and then my mom passed away 2001, 2001. And so it was just kind of like this weird intersection. Father gets diagnosed with Parkinson. Mom passes away a couple of years. But those two, like, I admire them because I didn't realize growing up how many of my friends didn't even grow up in a two-parent household. I just assumed everyone grew up in a two-parent household. Like, it was just normal. It didn't even, never even thought about it. It was like, this is, you know, this is it, you know? And so, but the way they influenced my life, the way they've influenced my, you know, the way I see and treat my wife, the way I, you know, I'm dedicated to family, like, there's this, to me, it's a cultural rich thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's my mother. Like your mom, my mom passed first, and I think when I was shooting the 7-Up commercial when she passed, in the middle of it, because my cousin Joanne.
How old were you?
Was like maybe 28, some 29.
Wow.
And I was like, I was in LA at the W Hotel on Hillgard. I don't know if it's still there in Westwood. And I was like, and my cousin called me crying. It's like, she's gone. And I had to go shoot. I was like, damn. Like, and I didn't, because I live away from them. My brother saw both my parents die in front of him. My brother saw it. I feel bad for my brother because he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm away, so the distance helped me sort of not see that. You know what I mean? So when I remember my first time, my mother died of leukemia. And I remember the first time when she was like not feeling well, because my mother was strong, vibrant, and I remember when she wasn't feeling well, and I was in the hospital, and we came to see her. I was like, let's go see what's up with her, Yeah. And I remember she was like, she wanted me to help her pick food to eat, and I was like, pick food to eat? Because she was gonna be there for a while. And she just started tearing up. I go, what is going on? Like, she said leukemia, it was blood cancer. And I was like, damn. Like, my mother, what? Cancer? We don't have cancer in our family. What the fuck, man? And then now, but then they say I only have like 6 months. But she lived 8 years. Oh. Thank goodness. Yeah. And just to see my father going back and forth with my mother, like just trying to make sure she's good. And then, long story short, I remember this is when I knew, because my father's voice was very strong. Mm-hmm. And your father was big, my father was short. And I remember my father, when I knew when my mother was going, his voice got weak. He never cried though. I never seen my dad cry, ever. You don't see Nigerian fathers, it was rare. Yeah. But I remember when his voice got weak, I said, it's a wrap. And because my father would be like strong, go, oh yeah, her blood count, her platelets are good, And then my father's
just like, holding it down.
He was like, oh, okay, well, I don't think, So, phew, my God. Yeah. 40-something years with my mom.
Together for
what? Yeah, because my father was a teacher in Nigeria. She was a student of my dad. So my father was like 27. My mother was 18 in Nigeria. Yeah. So they were together for. Wow. And so I remember, and then she's gone. So I had to shoot these commercials. I didn't tell anybody because And then there's a thing. Oh no. Yeah. I didn't. It was just weird. It's more weird. People think not everybody. Sometimes it's surreal. Like, damn, she gone? Like, my mother doesn't die? What the fuck?
The brain actually can't, it's like when you have that type
bereavement.
of trauma. Yeah, you can't your brain even process it. Like,
so I was like, what? Damn. And I'm shooting this doing it. My mother's dead. Like, what the? And I had to go back. The worst is when you got to fly back for for your own mother's funeral. And I remember we were going through some, because my sister was pissing me off with her husband, who I can't stand that dude. He was a piece of shit. And there was a lot of shit going on with my sister. And it happens. They say it happens when death happens. Fights happen among family and stuff. And so now we had to take care of my father. Then I had to come for the funeral. And it was weird because to see your mother just like, damn, like, yo, done. That was crazy. Like, I wish it was like the Jewish community where they just bury. You don't have to see nothing. The Jewish culture tradition, you don't have to see none of that. I wish, but African culture, they want to celebrate 3 days and they want to do celebrations. And I was like, this is weird, man. Because you're like, my mother is dead. What the? It's just more like, what the is going on here? Like, my mother is dead, bro. And they have pictures of her everywhere. And then they're talking about her.
Yeah, all the stories. But in a way,
real quick. Yeah. And then I was lucky because I visited my mother. She had gotten a transfusion, and I was like, oh, let me surprise her. Surprise her, because she doesn't know I was in town, and I surprised her with a visit. And I remember her head was bald, and I hugged her, and we were hanging out. And then that's when she died. But I was glad I had at least snuck and saw her.
How many days before?
It was at least a month or something like that. But I saw her, man, on some like, let me go see my mother real quick. You know what I'm saying? I remember her head. I remember her in her white gown and her bald head. I was rubbing her head. Yeah, man, that was like, and then I just
and you're grateful that you had that, at least you had that moment. Because,
and the thing is, I never broke nothing. You know what broke me? I don't know. Did you cried on a song?
I cried, but when I cried the day that I got the phone call. I said I'm driving. I was in San Diego. Yeah. I said I'm driving, and I literally was starting to have a panic attack because my brain couldn't process it, and I was right like halfway between LA and San Diego.
Yeah.
And I pulled over and I just
Balled
I
out.
mean, it just hit me like
It happens.
I can't believe I'm making this drive. Like this can't be real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I took a class in bereavement, my psych class, and there's no way, you don't know how you're gonna bereave. Some people are shocked. Some people are.
I had a brother who just was like,
You get
stoic.
that. Everybody's different. That's why it's because it's finality. You don't know how you're gonna. It's like being a parent. You don't know how until you get the kids and their personalities, and you can adjust from there. So I remember, and this is how I started crying, and it came out. I wasn't like, it just came down.
Yeah.
It was when I was watching, what's that movie? Love
Love and Basketball? No.
Love what?
Not Love and Basketball.
Actually, with Bill Nye, that whole Love Actually. Bill Nye's in it. From remember what's the werewolf?
Not the science guy.
No, Bill Nye, the other guy, the British one. There's Bill Nye, the British. Remember the where's the werewolf, the lichens versus the
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's you're right.
Bill Nye. So it was that movie where he plays this old rock star. It's a comedy and a rom-com. And so I'm watching it by myself, just watching it, thinking nothing.
Yeah.
And at the end of that movie, there's a mosaic of people seeing people at the airport hugging, and it turns into a heart. And so people are hugging their mothers and their fathers and I don't know if you've seen it, and there's a song playing. Out you. You know that song?
Yeah.
Everything came out. Because I was watching people hug their mothers and That movie. And I hadn't done nothing in months. Nothing happened. I would smell like the grass. My mother would sign us up for baseball.
Yeah.
So my mother was in activities. Baseball. I was like baseball. My sister's piano. We were baseball. Like, yeah. And I would see baseball if it reminded me of my mother.
Yeah.
Like food and other other women that look, she kind of reminded me of my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the head. I was like, she kind of walks like my mother. Like, damn. That.
Yeah.
And then nothing. And then bang. That movie. I'm watching the end of when it turns into a heart.
And you don't know when it's coming.
Woo. No, you don't.
You don't know when it's coming. It just hits you.
It
Anything
hits
can
you
trigger
anytime,
it.
anywhere.
Years later, like
every once in a while.
Well, yeah.
Not crazy, but like you go, damn, my mother's gone. Like, damn.
Yeah.
And then I'll see pictures. I go, she was once like what? It's weird. Like, she's like a picture. What the?
I had a weird moment.
Yeah.
Because I remember this thought went through my head because I was trying to process my mom's death. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget thinking, oh, well, my mom, she lived a good life. Yeah. She's 53 years old. And she lived, and at the time, I'm 20-something years old, 22, 21 years old. And I'm trying to say, oh, she lived a good life. And here I am now, at 45, I'm going, wait a second. My mom was young. Yeah. I said, 53 ain't that far from me. I was like, she was young.
Yeah,
and it just, it blew my mind. Mm-hmm. But I had a moment like that with my mom, and it was crazy because, our house growing up wasn't, it was no carpet, it was bad, so we grew up a certain way, and I would be talking to my friends, oh yeah, I grew up in Crenshaw, and I went to go to a USC Notre Dame game, and
basketball?
Football.
Okay.
And my boys was like, yo, you said we can come see the house. But I was, on the inside, I was really embarrassed. I didn't want anybody to see where I lived.
Right.
And he's like, come on. I was like, all right. And I'm thinking they're going to make fun of me because I had an incident like that when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And I go upstairs and I go see my mom.
Yeah.
So I go see my mom,
Yeah.
and I'm show my friends the house and whatever. I go see her, and it was a couple of days later that she passed away.
Yeah.
So that was the last time, and I was like, oh my God. And it had been months since I'd seen her because I'm doing college football.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go back and forth, and if they didn't force me to go see her, I don't get that last moment with her. So it was like, hey, mama, how you doing?
Yeah.
Give her a hug, and then she looks up to me, and I remember she's sitting in the bedroom. She didn't come downstairs, and and then we leave, and it was like 4 or 5 days later, before I played my last college game.
Yeah, now my father, he lived a little longer. Like he lived like 10 more years. Yeah, and And it was when I would go see him in Chicago.
Yeah.
I could see the emptiness. You could tell, man. Like stuff was just kind of everywhere. He could see him missing my mother. Like you could see it in his face.
Yeah.
And he would say, yeah, your mother he would just bring up my mother all the time, tell the same story. Yeah, she used to, you know, when I pick your mother, it was like a recording. Cause I said, man, and then when I would leave to go back to New York, you could see the emptiness. And like,
you know what my father said?
It was tough, man.
My father said something and it stuck with me because, you know, all of us now are older. We're out the house.
Yeah.
This is later. And no more mom to fight with. He goes, you don't recognize how loud silence is until everyone's gone. And that messed me up. I was going, how loud silence is. And it gave me another level of humanity, you know, from like here you are, you raised all these kids, you know, you think, you know, all your kids are gone out and then, you know what, and then here you are, you have to be by yourself, while everybody else is doing their thing.
Life, you just don't want that. And it's like when my mother passed, just to watch my father, like sitting there at the funeral, I had to be and they told me, this is what Nigerians, all my uncles say, you can't cry, you had the man, it's called mazi. Mazi means you step up as the man for your dad. So I was like, what, you can't, oh, okay. So I had to be like, who? You know, that type of thing. My sister was very close to my mother, you know, mothers and sisters. She was close and they were watching my sister. My father was just sitting there like, I was like, he don't cry, he just never, I was like, that's his girlfriend, like, what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she gone, like what? Like the whole, I couldn't stand this shit. I was like, when is this over, man? It was so, it's just, for anybody, the death thing is like, damn, oh, they're sick. Oh, they'll get better. They're sick. No, it's over.
Yeah.
And then when my father passed, I remember that was weird because my father was always healthy. My father barely sneezed. Always healthy. I'm telling you, I don't think I heard my father sneeze ever. We were the only ones sneezing and farting and all kinds of stuff, right? And even when we think he farted, he'd be like, that wasn't me. And he didn't say farted. He would be like, who fouled?
Who fouled?
My father would say, who fouled? Like, what does that smell? Who fouled? I say, I didn't foul. You foul?
My uncle would say flumphead. Who flumphead?
Flumphead?
Yeah, who flumphead? Come here, let me smell
you. I farted.
Let me smell your butt. Who flumphead? That was always weird. He would go sniffing everybody's butt to see who flumphead.
So I remember my father calling me and he was on a oxygen tank. That was weird. He's like, yeah, I want to talk to you about something. They're giving me. I said, what? Because he was almost, it's so much pride. I said, what are you talking about? Like, he was just like on oxygen. He said, I'll be okay. I'm all right. It's everything's, you know, I was like, and my brother's like, yeah, Dad's on a oxygen tank, man. It's like weird. Like, I think it was that I think people die from heartbreak. Yeah, that's what I think it was. Because he was healthy. My father was healthy.
Yeah.
And I think it was heartbreak, man. It was done. He was done. Because he talked to me on the oxygen thing. He said, I'll call you back. Gone. My brother saw it. I was like, damn.
That same day?
No, like 2 days later. My father's gone. My brother saw it. He was there. He saw my mother. He saw my father go. I was like, what the? So now my father's gone. Now I got to go to Chicago again. And what's weird is the funeral home was a home where I used to walk past when you were young. You know, you would see, it was Bar Funeral Home. You just walk past the funeral home. And my father was in that one that I used to walk by when I was a kid to the library. And now your father's in there. And that's when I was having fights with my sister and my sister and some other people because there's some shit that my father needed done. They didn't do it. There was a lot of shit going on. And so I went to see my father by myself because I was so pissed at my sister and her husband. I was angry as shit. And I said, I don't want to see nothing. I want to see him without you. I'll wait till you guys leave. That's, you know. And so I came. My sister's alma mater is on the north side of Chicago, right by that funeral home, Loyola University.
Oh, yeah.
I had a show there a few hours before I had to go see my dad. I had to do a college show. I did a show, killed it. Good night. Went straight to the funeral to see my dad's body. Boy, that shit was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I remember coming.
So that's twice that you've had to compartmentalize in the middle.
Yeah. So I was like, then there was this big old Irish dude, man. He was a funeral director. He was like he was like your height, big old dude. He was waiting for me in the alley. He said, "You're Godfrey, right?" I said, "Yeah." And I go in, and I gotta go. And you know, funeral homes, you gotta go in these rooms.
Yeah.
And it's not like immediate. You have to go, and I just see my dad wearing his traditional garb that he wore when he saw my mother die. So I'm sitting there like, damn, that's weird. You were just talking to him. Now I'm like touching, like, what the? Yeah, whew, I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the and then when I'm on stage, I would talk about my parents in the present tense. I was in denial.
Yeah.
Until one day, this lady came up to me in San Francisco. He was like a hippie lady. She goes, "Oh, I loved your set. It's so good. So your parents have passed, huh?" I said, "Well, how'd you know?" "Oh, because you talked about them in the past. You said they did. You did a lot of past tense." I said, "I asked when I finally was okay with it."
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know because I
Yeah.
used to go. My father told me that I was in denial, acting like they were still alive.
Yeah.
And then when I was okay. It was like, yo, my father was this, my mother was. I didn't realize I was okay with my parents being gone.
Yeah.
And this lady caught it.
And it must have been years later.
It was like a good, about 2 years later, 3 years. She goes, your parents passed. I saw you because you talk about them in the past.
Wow,
I was
that's
like,
crazy.
oh, yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, and it's been a while, so that's why time helps, man.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Time helps.
Until that you get that moment when
Where
it
you
just-
go,
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I just found my dad's documents when he came to this country, and that's how I was able to realize. You know, he came to this country in '74, August of '74.
Look at that.
I found his original
Isn't that cool?
passport.
Isn't that cool?
I got his old plumbing
Isn't that
T-shirt.
cool?
I have it all at the house right
That's
now.
dope.
And I was just going through some stuff, and I was like, I'm keeping all of this. I saw my mom's paperwork.
we gotta show maybe some. I think
Yeah.
like visual pictures of our stuff, like our family. Like,
Yeah.
I have something with my father and his brother, and my mother and him when they first married. Their little immigrant photo. It's so dope. It's in
Yeah.
black and white. Nebraska,
Yeah.
Lagos, Nigeria,
Yeah.
1960s. It's dope as hell.
we got to find some stuff.
So find some things here and there. That'd be.
Did you ever dress up? I gotta ask. Did you ever dress up in traditional Nigerian clothing
Hell
for school?
No, for school, no.
My parents did that to me.
Man, got your ass. No, we wore regular.
I
ass
still
shit.
have that picture somewhere. I need to find it.
I wore, regular sneakers as hell. What? A, B, C, D. Yo, sit down, Kunta Kinte. I'm like, what? No. When we did like parties and stuff
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
everything. But we were so Americanized. We're like, man, it's hot. I don't want to do that.
They got me because the first. I mean, I'm glad it happened when I was younger.
I got some clothes. I can't wait to rock.
Oh yeah, right. Fire, right? Right,
But
right.
I knew black dudes in the hood that would wear the traditional. They'd be like, "What's up, brother?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? I heard, I'm the Yoruba tribe, the Yorubas, yeah, and the Igbos." It's Igbo, and even though the G's like, you Igbo? Yeah, man. So I'm wearing that, man, to express my Africanness because you got those pro-black dudes,
Right,
which I love.
right.
It was like, and they were wearing the whole hat. Boom, boom, boom. The Igbo. You know the Igbos? Are you Igbo? You Yoruba. Yeah, my boy is Yoruba.
Hey,
I loved it though.
Hey, I was at San Diego State, and this professor hated me because it was like world, I don't know, history, or whatever it was, the class it was, and she kept saying the Yorubas, and I was just like, all right, I'm irritated. I said it's Yoruba.
Yeah, Yoruba.
And she goes, I've been teaching this class for 15 years. It's Yoruba. And I'm going, it's Yoruba, and I'm Yoruba. And she just looked at me like,
Dummy.
get him out of my class.
Got him.
But she just like, the Yorubas. And it was just like, okay, I get it. You can mispronounce it once. And she kept doing it. And I was like, I'm sorry, I got to step in here. You're killing me.
Yoruba. Yoruba. The Igbos. That used to bug me like, yo, you the Igbo? Yeah, I know about the Igbos. Y'all strong, brother. Keep it up, dog.
Peace and a bottle of hair grease to you.
Abarigani. He says it Swahili. He said it differently. Abarigani, brother. That's not Igbo. Whatever. About to go get this weed while you buzz. You want some fruit beer?
Yeah, sure.
No, relax.
Yeah, I'm just.
Jesus Christ, you were like, because you could just take it from me. That's the thing.
I could and just.
Akbar wants it. He can have it. Shit. Akbar's like, Akbar needs root beer. Quiet.
Wait, shut up your mouth.
Shut up your mouth.
Shut up your mouth.
Angry. You know I love root beer.
Yeah.
Like you're a wine guy.
Yep.
And I'm a root beer dude for real. Not A&W, Barks. Nah, that's crap. I'm like Hires, Dads, Frosties, Sarsaparilla. I'm like really, I go retro.
You're like a root beer sommelier.
Root beer sommelier.
Yeah.
Root billier.
Yeah, root billier.
To celebrate this first episode, Henry Weinhardt. You could tell it's good root beer. Look at that old white man in there. I made sure, established in 1856, I made sure every flavor was perfect. These barrels that I made, boy, my God, by the grace of God and America, I'll make the best root
Hold on,
beer.
how'd you go from the white dude to Martin Luther King?
No, but it's more, no, I would have been like this. I made sure that everybody, but yes, look at that. With cane sugar, huh?
With cane sugar.
Oh,
Well,
wonderful.
come on, let's pour, man.
1865, huh? Look at that. Henry Weinhardt. Huh? Yeah.
I can't believe he's going all in on root beer
Gourmet
like this.
soda. Now listen to that gourmet.
Okay, like pour some. Okay, pour some.
Right there, I gotta make sure I do it right now. Okay.
You don't have that little napkin?
No, I like the napkin now.
Yep.
I don't want to drop no. Oh Lord, have mercy. Let me get down. There you go. Oh, look at the way it goes.
Nice,
on the rocks.
nice and brown. Yeah.
On the rocks, right there.
Okay, all right, that's good right there.
Little cane sugar in there, boy.
It's a
Oh yeah, hold on.
53 grams of
There you
sugar.
go. There you go.
Okay, and pour yourself some.
Oh, see that? Oh, see? Look at the bubble right there.
Now, do you do
That's-
it? Do you
that's
do it
real,
just
that's
like wine? Do you have to like swirl it like this?
You gotta swirl it a little bit.
A little bit?
You gotta watch
Okay.
the way the bubbles go down.
Okay, all right.
Mhm. That's good. See that? See, that's perfect. See that lining right there? That's a good root beer there, boy.
You crazy, man. Are you
I'm just trying to-
crazy? Hey, this has been pretty
Cheers.
fun, man. This is
Awesome.
cheers,
Great,
man.
Yeah.
Notes of roots.
Roots and beer.
Notes of licorice.
It's perfect, huh? That's a good root beer.
Man, this has been so cool. I just want to say thank you guys so much. You guys got a little taste of,
Yes.
not root beer, but a little taste of 154. And I just want you guys to rock with us as we kind of go through this journey.
Yes.
As we discover more Africans who are doing their thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to go all over the continent. We're going to bring you guys some really cool conversations, and we're really looking forward to it. This is good, man.
Yeah. Yes,
we got
sir.
a chance to
Yes,
get
sir.
to know you a little bit better, man.
Yep. And what I love about this is that the African experience is not really talked about in America. You know, there's African shows in different parts of Africa, but there's never been one of just, hey, there's Africans in America.
You're right.
Let's talk about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm glad to be part of this, man.
This
You're
is
the
gonna be fun, man.
perfect person. We're like,
I'm gonna lose a lot of weight.
don't shut up.
I'm gonna lose a lot of weight just laughing from everything, man. But I like it.
I'm
man.
gonna get stronger from shaking your hand. Strong as hell. I'm like, It's like, why is this hand swollen? I said, Akbar, give me that.
One, 5, 4. We all connected, baby. You already know. I'm talking 1, 5, 4. We bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like, ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like